This is Joe Galliscola, along with George Taylor, welcoming you to the seventh game of the 1962 World Series. This is it. Forget the rest of the season. Forget the playoffs, the averages, what you did in this ballpark, that ballpark. It's all wrapped up today. And it'll be Ralph Perry for the Yankees and Jack Sanford for the San Francisco Giants. Sky is high here. There's not a cloud in the sky. And it's going from left field to right field. And they will be shading towards the right field line. Now, this broadcast is authorized under broadcasting rights granted by the Commissioner of Baseball solely for the entertainment of our listening audience. And any publication, rebroadcast, or other use of the descriptions and accounts of this game without the express consent of the Commissioner is prohibited. The grass has been cut in the outfield. Yesterday, it was not cut in the outfield. It was still a bit damp. The ground crew couldn't get out there, but they were able to work on it. And this ground crew, you certainly have to tip your hat to them. They have really been putting in the extra hours, extra work, and extra detail to get this field in the great shape that it is. The outfield grass is cut, and that was another thing that the outfielders were concerned about. Just how would that ball react once it scooted off that grass? It's a little bit faster than it was yesterday, but not that much is the way the ball players were saying it. The thing that is bothering the outfielders more than anything is the wind. The lineup for this big seventh game of the World Series for the Yankees is the same lineup that Ralph Houk has been using throughout the series. Kubek leads off at shortstop. Batting second, it's the second baseman, Bobby Richardson. Batting third, it's the left fielder, Tom Trace. Trace in left field. Batting fourth, it's the center fielder, Mickey Mantle. Mantle in center field. Batting fifth, the right fielder, Roger Maris. Maris in right field. Batting sixth, the catcher, Elston Howard. Howard, the catcher. Batting seventh, it's Moose Skowron, the first baseman. Skowron at first base. Batting eighth, it's the third baseman, Cletus Boyer. Boyer at third base. And batting ninth, it's the pitcher, Ralph Perry. For the San Francisco Giants, leading off, it's Felipe Alou, A-L-O-U, Felipe Alou in right field. Batting second, the second baseman, Chuck Hiller. Hiller, the second baseman. Batting third, the center fielder, Willie Mays. Mays in center field. Batting fourth, the left fielder, McCovey. Willie McCovey in left field. Batting fifth, the first baseman, Orlando Cepeda. Cepeda at first base. Batting sixth is the catcher, Haller. Tom Haller, the catcher. Batting seventh, the third baseman, Jim Davenport. Davenport at third base. Batting eighth, it's the shortstop, Jose Pagan. Pagan, the shortstop. And batting ninth, it's the pitcher, Jack Sanford. Sanford against Ralph Perry. Both ball clubs certainly teed up for this ball game. That has to be the understatement of the year. How do you get up? Get up any more for a ball game than these ball clubs have for this one? The Giants, they've been counted out 900 times during the regular season. They kept coming back, coming back. This whole series has been one of really alternating victories. That's the way it's been. The Yankees won the first game by the score of 6-2. Giants came back to win the second one, 2-0. Yankees won the third game, 3-2. Giants won the fourth game, 7-3. Yankees won the fifth game, 5-3. And yesterday, the Giants won it behind Billy Pierce, 5-2. And today, this is it. One whole year wrapped up in one ball game. The umpires just making their way out. Coming down that first base line, manager Ralph Houk of the New York Yankees comes out of their dugout from the third base side, ready to hand them the lineup card. And Whitey Loughlin, our coach, manager Alvin Dark, hands them the Giant lineup. The big Stan Landis will be the plate umpire. So the stage is set. Sanford against Perry. Jack Sanford on the mound does a little of the work that the groundskeeper's been doing for a couple days. He digs a favorite spot on the pitching slab. Pitchers like to do it. Hitters like to do it in the batter's box to find that comfortable spot. And George Kell, I can't imagine that until you get that first ground ball or get hit by that first foul tip, it's going to be a little tough to get comfortable for a game like this because those butterflies certainly have to be flying around. There's no doubt about it, Joe. I was down on the field before the ball game, as you were, and the ball players seem to be a relaxed group of athletes. But They cannot be that relaxed here today in this all-important 7th ball game. As you said a moment ago, the entire season is wrapped up into one ball game here today. A lot of these fellows have been through it before, some of them going through it for the first time, but the tension has got to be the same for everybody. This is it, and they all feel it. And I think this feeling even prevails through this tremendous crowd here today. As the Giants taking the field just a moment ago, they let out a tremendous roar, of course, for the hometown team, but they feel the tension right here in the stands. Tony Kubek stepping in to lead off for the Yankees here in the first inning. Sanford gets ready, and here's the first pitch of the ball game. He tries to bunt, and he misses. One strike to Kubek. Tony has a .280 batting average. He's been to the plate 25 times, and he has 7 hits. Tony has no home runs. He's batted in 1 run. This will be the 3rd meeting in this series between Sanford and Perry. They've won 1 game each. Sanford won here in Candlestick, and Ralph back in New York. A pitch to Kubek. Outside, a fastball off the corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. In the first 2 ball games that Sanford pitched, he was behind the batters a lot, but he didn't walk many, coming in with a 2-0 pitch, most of the time with good pitches. Here's the pitch. Outside, another fastball that missed the corner. Ball 2 and strike 1. It'll be Kubek, Richardson, and Tommy Trace for the Yankees here in the first inning. The 7th game of the 1962 World Series. Sanford ready. A 2-1 pitch. Here's a fly ball. Hits the center field. Willie Mays moving in. He's there, and he makes the catch. Tony Kubek out on a fly to center. That'll bring up the second baseman, Bobby Richardson. Bobby's a right-handed batter. He has a .160 batting average. 4 hits and 25 trips in the series. He has no home runs, no runs batted in. Giants playing straight away and not too deep. Everybody's going to play shallow in left field today. Here's the pitch to Bobby. Ball, it's inside, a curveball. Missed the corner. 1 ball and a strike. Willie McCovey is in left field for the Giants. Mays in center, and Felipe Alou playing in right field today. Sanford into the windup. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Curve down low. Got this one over the plate, but too low. Ball 2 and no strike. Sanford didn't like the call on it too much. Stopped and looked in to Stan Lambert.
Just on the first 2 hitters, George, and we might be able to get a pattern. He threw nothing but fastballs to Kubek, nothing but curves to Richardson.
Here's the pitch. It's down low. A fastball low and in. 3-0 to Bobby. Tommy Trace, the left fielder, is waiting in the on-deck circle. Yankees batting in the first inning with 1 out and no one on. A ball 3 and a no-strike count. Sanford taking a little time. Gets ready. Here's the pitch. Down low, he walks him. Bobby Richardson draws a walk. We'll put a runner at first base with 1 out. And the batter will be Tom Trace, the left fielder. Tommy's batting average posted at .333 for this series. 8 hits and 24 trips. Tommy has 1 home run and 4 runs batted in. A home run, a 3-run homer coming against Sanford at Yankee Stadium. Trace is a switch batter. He's batting left-handed against Sanford. Here's the pitch. Right, he got a fastball over the outside corner. Davenport is playing in close at third. Jimmy's about even with the bag. Cepeda holds against the runner at first. And both Pagan and Hiller have moved in a couple of steps. They are cheating on the double play. Here's the 1-strike pitch. Outside. This one just off the corner. Sanford is aiming everything for the outside part of the plate to these left-handed batters. 1 ball and 1 strike.
He's got a couple spots that will help him out if he can get him to hit that ball into left field, because left center field will be a real tough job to hit one out of here the way that wind is blowing.
Sanford checks his runner. Here's the 1-1 pitch. He swings and hits a pop fly behind third. Davenport is chasing it. He's over near the stands, and he makes the catch. Jimmy Davenport making a fine play as he stayed with that high pop fly, caught it, and crashed into the barrier.
There's 2 down, and the batter will be Mickey Mantle.
George, remember in the ball game over here, the second one, Tom Haller made some fine catches with some foul balls that stay in play. Anything that's hit towards the third base line, you better chase it because it'll blow back in play.
Mantle with an 0.91 batting average. He's been to the plate 22 times. He has 2 hits. Mickey has no home runs in this series, no runs batted in. He's batting left-hander against Sanford. Here's a quick throw to first. Richardson back in time. Bobby at first base with 2 outs here in the first inning. There's no score. Sanford gets set. A pitch to Mantle. Ball. It's down low. 1 ball and no strike. Some of the riders were kidding House on the bench before the ball game about using the same lineup every day. Ralph said, one thing I found out early in my managing career is go with the best you have every day. Don't shuffle the lineup around. Just put the best you've got in there and play them. 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch to Mickey. Strike. He got a fastball over it. Right down the middle of that one. The Giants are deep and around to the right for Mantle. A bright, sunshiny afternoon. A strong breeze blowing in from left field. We said before, the wind normally quiet here until about 3 o'clock, but today it started moving in about 10 o'clock this morning. Here's the pitch to Mickey. He swings and hits a high fly ball to left field. Willie McCovey is waiting on it. Still waiting. He's got it. Mickey Mantle out on a high fly to left field. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 man left. And the score at the end of the first half, the first inning, the Yankees nothing with the Giants coming to bat.
We'll be back with more exciting action from the 7th game of the 1962 World Series after this.
Excuse me, sir, but what's that you're raising up there?
That's the prime rate. Going up today.
Oh, I see.
Some days it goes up, some days it goes down.
And what exactly does the prime rate do?
Well, mostly it scares people silly. Little higher.
If the bank prime rate is scaring you out of a new car, ask your GM dealer about GMAC. GMAC has financing right now at rates that make sense. So get that new Chevy, Pontiac, Olds, Buick, Cadillac, or GMC truck you want with help from GMAC, the financing people from General Motors.
You're long to die of thirst this summer if it has to depend on the weather to get the water it needs. So be sure you've got quality hoses you can depend on from True Value Hardware stores. Hi, Pat Summerall to tell you True Value nylon reinforced vinyl hoses are designed to stand up to the heat and remain flexible in cold weather. And right now you can get their 60-foot True Value hose for $9.99 or the super rugged 75-foot length for $14.99. Both have 5/8-inch inner diameter and are available only from participating True Value Hardware stores.
And now, more action from Game 7 of the 1962 World Series.
Well, no score as we go into the bottom of the first inning. It'll be Felipe Alou to lead off for the Giants. He'll be followed by the second baseman, Chuck Hiller, and then the center fielder, Willie Mays. Ralph Terry completing his warm-up tosses. Elston Howard goes down to second with a throw, and we're ready to go. Alou, a right-handed batter, has a .318 batting average, 7 hits and 22 trips. Alou has batted in 1 run in this series. A very large and enthusiastic crowd on hand here today, and needless to say, Giant rooters here. Ralph Terry gets ready. The pitch to Alou. He swings and pops it up behind the plate. Here's Howard coming back. It's going to be out of play. This one back in the crowd. 1 strike to Alou. Terry won 23 ball games and lost 12 during the regular season. As we said previously, he's won 1 and lost 1 in this World Series. Alou taking a little time before he gets back in. Leaf right down on the end of the bat. Terry into the windup. The pitch. He swings and hits a pop fly outside of first base. Skowron is over there waiting. He's got it. Moose was battling the high sky on that one. Felipe Alou fouls to the first baseman. We'll bring up the second baseman, Chuck Hiller. Chuck, the left-handed batter, he has a .318 batting average. 7 hits and 22 pitches. Chuck has 1 home run in this series. That was a grand slam homer. He's batted in 5 runs. Chuck tilts the bat. Perry, a tall, slender right-hander. Checks his sign with Elston Howard. The pitch. Ball. It's outside.
Hiller uses a big stick-handle bat, and during batting practice, it was almost dream conditions for him as he sprayed the ball all over the ballpark. He wasn't trying to hit one out of here. He was just trying to hit it right up the middle and to left field, just hitting over the ball, hoping he could hit the ball down, get the ground ball base hit.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. He swings and fouls it back in the crowd. 1 ball, 1 strike. Chuck has had a couple of hits in the left field, and the Yankees are playing in that way.
Didn't get a chance to ask Alvin Dark, but I just wonder if it was unartist from him, George. But batting practice was no playful matter with these Giants. Larry Jansen threw a lot of curveballs, and they were trying to do something with him.
The pitch to Hiller. He swings and hits a high fly ball down the left field line. Here's Trice racing into foul territory. He can't get it. The ball is in the seat. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Hiller.
Trice had a little bit of trouble as he got near the bullpen. There was no chance to make the play, but I say trouble because he stumbled on the mound, and he's kind of flexing his legs out there now because it's a high mound in the bullpen, and he stumbled as he got near the wall.
The wind does not seem to be blowing quite as hard now as it did at the start of this ball game. And one weatherman said here today the winds would be dying down during the afternoon. Perry gets ready. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Ball. It's down low. He's got the fastball over the too low. The count is even to Hiller at 2-2. We're in the bottom of the first inning. In case you joined us late, there's no score in the ball game. Giants batting, 1 out with no one on. Here's the 2-2 pitch. He swings and hits a bounce to the first. Skowron has it. Cups on the bag, and Chuck Hiller is out. Well, it's 2 down, and here's the center fielder, Willie Mays. Round of applause greeting Willie as he steps in. Mays a tremendous favorite here in San Francisco, and well, he should be. Willie's batting average in this series posted at .250. 6 hits and 24 trips. Perry delivers. There's a fly ball hits the left field. Tommy Craig moving in. He's got it to side retires. Willie Mays sending a fly ball to Craig in left field. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left. And the score at the end of 1 full inning of play, the Giants nothing, the Yankees nothing.
Game 7 of the World Series of 1962 continues after this. You're listening to a classic World Series from the archives of NBC Radio Sports. Game 7 of the World Series of 1962.
Now we move along into the top of the second inning. There's no score in the ball game. The Yankees had a base runner in the first inning. Bobby Richardson drew a walk, but he was stranded at first base as Craig fouled to the third baseman and Mantle flied to left field. Roger Maris will be the leadoff man for the Yankees. He'll be followed by Elston Howard. And then Bill Skowron. Hodge has a .211 batting average, 4 hits and 19 trips. 1 home run and 5 runs batted in. Here's Sanford first pitch. Ball. Tries to win it to the right hand. Maris was going to bunt. He raced up in front of the box, took the pitch, and Landis went up with the right hand. Sanford ready. The pitch. There's a line drive to the first baseman. Maris hit that one like a bullet. A liner right straight to Davenport at third base. George, that'll not only make you talk to yourself, but you'll enjoy the conversation with yourself. There's one guy over there, and he hit a shot, something that Maris has been trying to do most of the series, and hit the ball very hard. Normally, that would be a base hit, but Davenport playing wide of the bag, the only man over there in Lourdes, Lvovia, and he comes up with the play. Maris really mumbling as he went back to the bench, and you can hardly blame him. I know what he's thinking, Joe. Only one man and about 150 feet there, and the ball hit like a bullet. He didn't have time to move, and it's right in his glove. Well, there's one away, and the batter will be Elston Howard. Ellie has a 176 batting average. 3 hits in this series and 17 trips. Strong right-handed batter. Here's the pitch. Foul ball. It's back on the screen. 1 strike. Sanford using the little kick motion on that pitch. The first time he's used it today, but he's used it a lot throughout this series. I was talking to some of the Yankees on the plane coming out here from New York, and they said it was effective. Very effective, especially with 2 strikes.
George, it's also a telltale for manager Alvin Dark. When he gets sloppy with the leg movements, it's a tip-off he's getting tired.
The pitch to Howard. There's a ground ball hit to the third baseman. Davenport flips it over to first. He's out. Elston Howard goes out. Davenport to Cepeda. That's 2 down, and the batter will be Bill Skowron. Bill has a 214 batting average. He has 3 hits and 14 trips. 1 run batted in. Bill right down on the end of the bat. Sanford gets ready. Here's the first pitch. Ball, it's inside. 1 ball and no strike. To give you an idea how hard the wind is blowing in from left field, Skowron unloaded one in batting practice that looked like it was going into the base, and it hit the top of the fence and bounded back. The 1-0 pitch. A swing and a foul tip. And falling right at the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. We're in the top of the second inning. There's no score in the ball game. 2 outs with no one on. Howard taking a little time. That ball might have hit him on the hand.
Did miss him, George, and he walked out to kind of get his bearings back as they flipped the ball to Sanford. Now he'll take a little bit of time given the sign.
1 ball, 1 strike to Skowron. Sanford gets ready. Here's the pitch. Curveball, it's up high. Ball 2 and strike 1. Sanford had great success against Howard and Skowron at Yankee Stadium. He was keeping the curveball low and on the outside part of the plate. This is a good way to pick anybody, Joe.
Make an announcer out of all those guys to keep it there.
Sanford taking a little time as he looks in. Here's the 2-1 pitch. He swings and bounces it foul off to the left. That'll even the count at 2-2.
How about those clubhouse meetings when you get stuck? They always say, well, keep that fastball up and in before you get in, and that curveball down. You got to get it down, though. And, of course, it's always high and tight, low and away, which is the perfect pitching pattern. If you could do that, that Hall of Fame would really be crowded with pitchers. No hitters, definitely not. The only hitters that can hit that curveball low and outside, like Bob Skinner said, that's the ball players that have gone to announcing. They can hit that curveball low and outside.
A ball 2 and a strike 2 count to Skowron. Sanford taking too much time to suit Bill, so he steps out. Moose just takes 1 step out of the box and looks out to Sanford, as if to say, what's the reason for the delay? Now he's back in. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Inside, he got the fastball too close. 3-2 to Bill. 2 outs with no one on. Here in the top of the second inning, there's no score. The 7th and final game of this 1962 World Series. Sanford ready. The pitch. There's a ground ball. It's slowly to the shortstop. Pagan has it to throw to first. He's out. Bill Skowron goes out. Short to first. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left. And the score at the end of the first half of the second inning, the Yankees nothing, the Giants nothing.
Back with more action from this classic World Series game of 1962 after this. Radio is presenting a rebroadcast of Game 7 of the 1962 World Series. The New York Yankees versus the San Francisco Giants.
Well, we move along into the bottom of the second inning. No score in the ball game. Willie McCovey will lead off for the Giants. He'll be followed by Orlando Cepeda, and then the catcher, Tom Hiller. It's Sanford against Terry here today in the 7th game. These pitchers meeting for the 3rd time in this World Series. They each have a win. McCovey, a big left-handed batter, has a 182 batting average. Willie has 2 hits in 11 trips. He has 1 home run and 1 run batted in. The homer coming against Terry here at Candlestick Park. The Yankees move deep and far to the right for McCovey. Here's the first pitch. Ball outside. 1 ball and no strike. Terry, of course, will be trying to keep everything away from Willie. You want to hit that outside corner. McCovey looking for something inside that he can pull down that right field line. Here's the 1-0 pitch. He swings and pops it up outside of first base. Here's Howard chasing it along with Skowron. Elston Howard. He can't make the play on it. He does. A tough play for Howard. He was looking right up into the sun over near the Giant dugout, but he made the catch. So there's 1 away, and the batter will be Orlando Cepeda. Batting average at 188. He has 3 hits in 16 trips. All 3 of Orlando's hits coming in yesterday's game. He has 2 runs batted in. Terry ready. The pitch. There's a ground ball hit down the third base line. It's foul. Boy, you're moving across the line. A 1-strike count.
Orlando was having some fun in the clubhouse after the game, sitting with the newspaper man. That how come they waited until yesterday to come around? He said, I've been with the club for all World Series. Nobody come around. Of course, somebody just finally honestly gave the answer. He said, keep hitting him. They'll be around. Don't hit and we'll see you.
Here's a 1-strike pitch. Curve. It's in the dirt. Elston Howard goes down on both knees to block this one. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Yankees shade him a little bit to right center. He mantled just a little bit to the right of second base, deep in the outfield. Here's a 1-1 pitch. Strike 2. He cuts the corner with a good hard slider. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The fader gets very deep in the box. Terry ready. The 1-2 pitch. Curve down low. That'll even the count at 2-2. Bottom of the second inning. There's 1 out with no one on. There's no score in the ball game. Only 1 base runner so far in this game. Bobby Richardson drew a walk in the first inning. Terry looking in. Here's the 2-2 pitch. He swings and foul tips it right into the mid of Elston Howard. A strikeout for Ralph Terry. That's 2 down. And the batter will be the catcher, Tom Howard. Tom has a .364 batting average, 4 hits and 11 trips, 1 home run and 3 runs batted in. Tom's a tall left-handed batter. Terry into the windup. Here's the pitch. Strike. He's got the fastball over the corner. A 1-strike count to Tom Howard, batting in the second inning with 2 outs and no one on. The Yankees nothing and the Giants nothing. Terry pounds his glove. Here's the pitch. High pop fly behind shortstop. Kubek drifting back, shades his eyes. He's got it. The side's retired. Tom Howard pops to the shortstop. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left. And the score at the end of 2, the Giants nothing, the Yankees nothing.
This original 1962 World Series broadcast will continue on the NBC Radio Network. NBC Radio Sports is presenting a classic World Series broadcast. Game 7 of 1962, featuring superstars Willie Mays, Willie McCovey, Mickey Mantle, and Roger Maris.
Well, at the end of 2, there's no score. For the Yankees, no runs, no hits, no errors. For the Giants, no runs, no hits, no errors. It'll be Cletus Boyer to lead off. He'll be followed by Ralph Terry and then Tony Kubek. Jack Sanford still taking his warm-up tosses. Jack was a little slow getting out to the mound. Holler makes the throw down to second base. Clete Boyer steps in. We're ready to go here in the top of the third inning. Boy, this is it. All the pitchers are in the bullpen today. Even Billy Pierce for the Giants and Whitey Ford for the Yankees both said they would be ready to go again today. Boyer, a right-handed batter, has a .278 batting average. Clete has 5 hits in the series and 18 trips. There's a line drive to right. Alou is there and makes the catch. Boyer hit that one like a bullet. Right straight to Alou in right field. One away. And the batter will be Ralph Terry. There's Ralph coming on. Drops to the on-deck circle. He gets some rosin on his hand. Willie Mays is the quarterback as far as the outfield is concerned, moving the guys around. He just moved McCovey in. Willie plays pretty deep for just about everybody. And with Ralph Terry up there, Willie Mays wanting McCovey to move in because that wind is blowing directly in. A real tough job, hit one hard in the left field to get over his head. Terry, a right-handed batter. Sanford ready. Here's the first pitch. Nice, he's got a fastball right down the middle. A one-strike count to Ralph Terry. Batting with 1 out and no one on in the third inning. No score in the ball game. Sanford looking in. Here's the pitch. Right two. Up the corner with this one. Right 2 count. The Giants have shortened up all around. McCovey, Mays, and Alou shortened up and playing Ralph a little bit to right field. Sanford checks the sign. Here's the 2-strike pitch. A swing and a miss. He tried to check it, but he's gone too far on the low curveball. Terry goes down swinging. It's the first strikeout in the ball game for Sanford. There's 2 down, and the batter will be Tony Kubek. Tony sent a fly ball to Willie Mays his first time at bat. A left-handed batter. Sanford ready. Here's the first pitch. A swing and a miss. Low curve at the knees. 1 strike to Kubek. The umpires today, Stan Landis is behind the plate. Jim Honachik at first base. Al Barlick at second base. Charlie Berry at third. Ken Burkhardt and Hank Storer down the line. There's a fastball outside. 1 ball and 1 strike to Kubek. Ken Burkhardt down the left field line and Hank Storer down the right field line. Sanford gets ready. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Outside again, trying to catch the corner with a fastball. Ball 2 and strike 1.
It'll be a job for Kubek to try to hit a ball between McCovey and the line in left field. McCovey really guarding that line as if he wants to give Willie Mays as much running room as possible, George.
Sanford into the windup, the 2-1 pitch. There's a ground ball to left field, a solid base hit for Kubek as he punched an outside fastball between Davenport and Pagan into left field. That's the first hit of the ball game. With the runner at first base with 2 outs, and the batter will be Bobby Richardson. Bobby threw a walk his first time at bat. Sanford wanted a new baseball. After Kubek punched that one to left field, Stan Landis makes the exchange. So we'll keep an eye on Kubek at first base. He might be running here with 2 outs. He's thrown out. The Yankees would still have Bobby Richardson to lead off in the next inning. Here's the pitch. Ball, it's up high. Bobby was ready to bunt. Shortened up, took the high pitch. 1 ball and no strike. Davenport has moved in close at third. Jimmy is playing about even with the bag right now. A scoreless ball game. We're in the top of the third inning. Sanford gets set. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Inside. Fastball in on the pitch. Ball 2 in his strike. Jack has been having trouble getting the ball over to Bobby Richardson. He walked him his first time at bat on a 3-1 pitch. Now he's behind with a ball 2 and a no-strike count. Jack checks his runner at first base. Quick throw to first. Kubek back in time. Boyer opened this inning with a line drive to right. Terry struck out, and Kubek singled to left field. Here's the pitch. Right, he got the fastball. Quick throw to first. Kubek back in time. Tony slipped. Haller made a wide throw. A good throw would have had him at first base as Kubek slipped. Fell, trying to get back to first base, and then he had to crawl to the bag. But Haller's throw was wide, and Orlando Cepeda had no chance to put the tag on him.
Off for the other base runners because Kubek wasn't really going anywhere. He was just trying to get back to first base. The footing is not solid.
There's the pitch to Richardson. Inside. He checked his swing on a high inside fastball. 3-1 to Bobby. Richardson out of the box for a moment, looking down to third where he checks with Frankie Saucetti to see if the hit sign is on for this 3-1 pitch.
He's one of those guys, too, like know that runner's going to break up that infield because he can pick his spots.
Sanford gets set. Here's the pitch. Down low, he walks him. Bobby Richardson walks again. That's 2 walks given up by Sanford. Both times it's been Bobby. So the Yankees have runners at first and second with 2 outs. And the batter will be Tommy Trace, the left fielder. Tommy's 0 for 1. He fouled to Davenport his first time at bat. Well, this is the first threat of the ball game. 2 on with 2 outs. Giants play straight, pretty much straight away. Sanford gets set. Here's the first pitch. He swings and hits a high pop fly down the left field line. Davenport is chasing it along with McCovey, but it's going back in the crowd. A high pop fly down the left field line near the Giant bullpen. The wind moving that one right back into the crowd. A 1-strike count to Tommy Trace. Tommy has 8 hits in this series. Kubek had 7 going into this ball game. He singled in this inning, so he's all tied with Tommy for number of hits. Sanford taking a little time as he looks in. Boy, he doesn't want to make a mistake here. Here's the pitch. Ball outside. 1-1 to Trace. It was a 3-run homer by Trace in Yankee Stadium that beat Sanford in the 5th game of this series. A 3-run homer coming with a score tied at 2-2. Tommy chokes about a little bit as he waits. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Ball, it's up high. Ball 2 in strike 1. Boy, you can hear the rumble through this crowd every time Sanford delivers a bad pitch. Mickey Mantle is in the on-deck circle, Joe.
You can bet that's one thing that Haller reminded Sanford about as he went out to talk to him. The one defense that you can't come up with is the one for the base on balls. And with the wind the way it is here in this ballpark, you want them to hit the ball because right now it's blowing directly in. And it's not going to help any ball hit anywhere. It's going to hurt it. But unless you get that ball in that strike zone, you're going to be in serious trouble.
Sanford gets set. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Ball outside, way outside. 3-1 to Tommy Trace. Sanford is pitching high today. That is something unusual for him. In the first 2 games, he was low, Joe.
Right, and the 2 tip-offs, as far as the pitching to Sanford is the leg motion. If he gets sloppy with that or gets the ball up, it's an indication that he's not really sharp. And he has to pitch down with everything.
Jack taking a little time as he looks in. Yankees have runners at first and second with 2 outs. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Right to the outside corner with a fastball. Went right on the corner as he threaded the needle. 3-2 to Tommy Trace. The runners will be moving. 3-2 and 2 out. Kubek at second base. Bobby Richardson at first base. Sanford gets set. He whirls to throw to second. Holds the ball as nobody going over to cover. Well, the kickoff play at second base yesterday that did not work was a vital play in the ball game. Here's the pitch. A ground ball hit to the second baseman. Hiller has it. Here's the flip to first. Tommy Trace goes out second to third. No runs in the inning on one hit. There were no errors. 2 men left. And the score at the end of the first half of third inning, the Giants nothing, the Yankees nothing.
We'll be back with more exciting action from the 7th game of the 1962 World Series after this. Hi, Pat Summerall to remind you that good household help is hard to find, except at True Value hardware stores. There you'll find a selection of quality-designed Rubbermaid products to provide helpful convenience all over the house. Use Rubbermaid stackable storage bins to organize kitchen utensils, or in the family room to store small toys and sewing notions. Rubbermaid shower accessories will help keep bathrooms looking neat. Plus, you'll find durable Rubbermaid pitchers, waste baskets, and more at participating True Value hardware stores and home centers. And now, more action from Game 7 of the 1962 World Series.
Now we go into the bottom of the third inning. No score in the ball game. The Yankees making a threat in the top of this inning. That's 2 on with 2 outs, and Trace bounced to the second baseman.
George, that was a pretty good indication of what manager Dark has been saying about Sanford all year, that he just won't give in to that hitter. When he got to 3-2, it was a breaking ball that Trace hit. And even though Mickey Mantle was on deck, the big home run hitter, Sanford was not going to give in to Trace and match him with the fastball. He went to the breaking ball, and Tommy was a bit out in front of it, hit a nice ground ball to Hiller, and Sanford was out of it. Doctor said it so many times that Sanford just will not give in to the hitter, and that's been the difference in just being a good and a great pitcher.
There's Jimmy Davenport to lead off for the Giants in the bottom of the third inning. Ralph Perry delivers. Strike. He got the fastball over. A 1-strike count. Davenport's batting average, 158. He has 3 hits in 19 fifths. Jimmy has 1 run batted in. Boy, he's made some great plays at third base throughout this series. There's a foul ball. It'll be out of play. And coming back into the upper deck. A strike 2 count. Jimmy made 1 good play today. Might have been in self-defense as Roger Maris slammed a bullet at him at third base. He got the glove up in time. Terry ready. The pitch. Foul ball. He checked his swing. Ball hit his bat, sailed over the Giant dugout back into the lower deck. Still strike 2. We're in the bottom of the third inning. There's no score in the ball game. Jimmy Davenport, the leadoff man for the Giants. Terry into the windup. Here's the pitch. In tight. He pushed him back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Terry has thrown mostly fastballs today. He will throw a lot of slow curves before the afternoon is over. There's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball hit on the ground, foul. Still a ball and 2 strikes. Joe, I think the wind might affect the pitching somewhere. I think pitchers like to throw the curves into the wind, don't they?
When it's throwing the way it is, George, they get that big break, and they don't have good control of it. I know as Terry, we mentioned it, he came out mighty early to warm up.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. Here's the curve. It's up high. 2-2 to Davenport.
Not that good quick breaker, that dive bomber type curveball. You can still control that pretty well, but that big lollipop, that big roundhouse curveball, that's the one that's a little bit of a problem on a day like today.
Terry gets ready. Here's the 2-2 pitch. High fly ball hit down the right field line. Richardson chasing it along with Maris. The wind is taking it away from Bobby, and he can't make a play on it. Bobby was having all kinds of trouble. Not only with the wind, but with a high sky in the sun here, and he chased it over near the stands, and he finally overran the ball. It fell behind him. He probably took a look, too, at just how close he was to those stands. It's a tough thing to get familiar with it because unless you hit the warning track, which is some 8 or 9 feet from the stands, and you can feel that gravel under your feet, you're really not sure where you are. And there's a lot of room to roam here, and I tell you, you start to run a few feet, you can get lost, and Bobby had all kinds of problems on that one.
There's the 2-2 pitch. A swing and a foul tip. This one pops out of the mid of Howard coming behind the plate. Still 2-2. Jimmy Davenport, the leadoff man for the Giants in the bottom of the third inning. Got it in. Boy, he's made some great plays at third base throughout this series. There's a foul ball. It'll be out of play. And coming back into the upper deck. A strike 2 count. Jimmy made one good play today. Might have been in self-defense as Roger Merritt slammed a bullet at him at third base. He got the glove up in time. Terry ready? The pitch. Foul ball. He checked his swing. Ball hit his bat, sailed over the Giant dugout back into the lower deck. Still strike 2. We're in the bottom of the third inning. There's no score in the ball game. Jimmy Davenport, the leadoff man for the Giants. Terry into the windup. Here's the pitch. In tight. He pushed him back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Terry has thrown mostly fastballs today. He will throw a lot of slow curves before the afternoon is over. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball hit on the ground, foul. Still a ball and 2 strikes. Joe, I think the wind might affect the pitching somewhere. I think pitchers like to throw the curves into the wind, don't they?
When it's throwing the way it is, George, they get that big break and they don't have good control of it. I know Terry, we mentioned it, he came out mighty early to warm up.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. There's the curve. It's up high. 2-2 to Davenport.
Not that good quick breaker, that dive bomber type curveball. You can still control that pretty well, but a big lollipop, that big roundhouse curveball, that's the one that's a little bit of a problem on a day like today.
Terry gets ready. Here's the 2-2 pitch. High fly ball. Hit down the right field line. Richardson chasing it along with Maris. The wind is taking it away from Bobby, and he can't make a play on it. Bobby was having all kinds of trouble. Not only with the wind, but with a high sky in the sun here, and he chased it over near the stands, and he finally overran the ball. It fell behind him.
He probably took a look, too, at just how close he was to those stands. It's a tough thing to get familiar with it because unless you hit the warning track, which is some 8 or 9 feet from the stands, and you can feel that gravel under your feet, you're really not sure where you are. And there's a lot of room to roam here, and I tell you, you start to run a few feet, you can get lost, and Bobby had all kinds of problems on that one.
There's the 2-2 pitch. A swing and a foul tip. This one pops out of the mid of Howard coming behind the plate. Still 2-2. Jimmy Davenport, the leadoff man for the Giants in the bottom of the third inning. Well, you can hear the rhythmic applause of the Giant fans as they want Davenport to get something going here in the third inning. Ralph Terry delivers another foul ball. This will be out of play. The Yankees have no runs on 1 hit, no errors. The Giants have no runs, no hits, and they have no errors. The Yankees had a threat going in the top of this inning. They had 2 on with 2 out, but Tommy Trace bounced to the second baseman to end that one. Here's the pitch. A ground ball hits foul down the third baseline. Davenport making Terry pitch here in the third inning. Terry has good control. He'll be right around the plate all the time. Keeping these pitches low and away, and Davenport just getting a piece of them. Jimmy tilts the bat, bounces over the plate. The 2-2 pitch. Another foul ball off to the left. Still 2-2. Well, the crowd getting quite a thrill out of this as Davenport has fouled off some 7 or 8 pitches.
It doesn't bother you too much when you catch it, when you fellas trying like Davenport, 1-8 deliberately, like a Hemus or a Harry Walker used to just foul him off to get that base on ball. That kind of bugs you a little bit.
Perry gets ready. The 2-2 pitch. There's a high fly ball hit into shallow center field. Richardson going out. Now Bobby's calling for it. He's got it. Boy, he wasn't at all sure of it. Bobby almost down on one knee as he made the catch on that one.
Mel was just a bit disgusted because Mickey thought he was going to catch that ball, and that flag just blown directly in and flew right to Bobby Richardson. Ball players constantly checking with the flag. It could be a very embarrassing situation.
Still think this wind, Joe, is going to be a big factor in this ball game before it's over. It seemed to die down for a moment, but right now it is really whipping the flags in center field. There's Jose Pagan, the shortstop. Perry delivers a curve. He bounces it to third. Boyer has it to throw to first. He's out. Pagan goes out on the first pitch. Third to first. Well, that's 2 down. We'll bring up the pitcher, Jack Sanford. There's a big round of applause for Sanford as he comes on. Boy, Jack has been quite a pitcher in this World Series. Won the first game 2-0. He was tied 2-2 in the second game he pitched going into the 8th inning. 2 singles and a home run. And the Yankees won that one 5-3. Ralph Perry delivers. Strikes. He got the curveball of it. A 1-strike count.
Mel treats Sanford with a lot of respect. He's a pretty good hitter. He swings that bat.
Jack's choking the bat as he waits on Perry. The pitch. Strike 2. Fastball over the outside part of the plate. A 2-strike count. We're in the bottom of the 3rd inning. There's 2 outs with no one on. There's no score in the game. The Giants and the Yankees in the 7th game of the 62 World Series. Perry gets ready. Here's the 2-strike pitch. Fly ball here into center field. Mickey Mantle is waiting on this one. He's got it. The side's retired. Jack Sanford flying to Mantle in center field. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left, and the score at the end of 3. The Giants nothing, the Yankees nothing.
You're listening to a classic World Series from the archives of NBC Radio Sports. Game 7 of the World Series of 1962.
Mickey Mantle will be the leadoff man in the 4th inning for the Yankees. He'll be followed by Roger Maris and then Elston Howard. Mickey flied to left field his first time at bat. That was back in the 1st inning. Mickey, a switch hitter batting left-handed against the right-hander Jack Sanford. Only 1 hit in this game so far. That was a single to left field by Tony Kubek. Sanford gets ready, and here's the pitch to Mantle. Ball and up pass. 1 ball and no strike.
While warming up between innings, Tom Haller, the catcher, was really giving Sanford a low target, hoping that he could get him down. He's been up with all his pitches, and when a fella is up like that, you try to give as low a target as possible, even out of the strike zone low, to make sure he holds on that ball a little bit longer.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. Right, he's up the corner with this one. 1-1. Mickey turns to look to Stan Landis. A ball and a strike to Mantle, leading off for the Yankees in the 4th inning. A scoreless ball game here at Candlestick Park. Another bright, sunshiny afternoon. Not a cloud in the sky here in San Francisco. Strong breeze blowing in from left field right straight to home plate now. At one time, it was blowing across to the corner in right field, but now it's blowing straight into the plate. A pitch to Mickey. There's a pop fly. It'll be out of play, coming back in the crowd. Mantle was trying to get out of the way of a high inside fastball. It hit his bat and sailed back. So it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Roger Maris is waiting in the on-deck circle. Sanford taking a lot of time between pitches. Jack is being very careful here today. Still checking his time with Haller. Here's the 1-2 pitch. A swing and a miss. He struck him out. A wall curveball, strikes out. 1 away, and the batter will be Roger Maris. Right, in a vicious line drive straight to Davenport his first time at bat. Giants go deep and far to the right for Maris. They play him as a pull hitter all the way. 3 infielders on the right side. Sanford delivers outside. 1 ball and no strike. You talk about stacking the deck, Joe. They not only put 3 infielders on one side, but they pitch him on the outside part of the plate. And put 2 outfielders behind the 3 infielders. It's like a convention on that side. There's a 1-0 pitch. He swings and hits a high fly ball down the left field line. Davenport is chasing it, but this one's going back in the crowd. Well, some spectators, Joe, I think, got hit with that one on the head trying to make a play. He probably found out how tough it is for these fielders today. One ball, 1 strike to Roger Maris. Rod's right down on the end of the bat, waiting on Jack Sanford. Here's the 1-1 pitch. He swings and hits the bouncer to third. Davenport has it. The long throw to first. He's out. Roger Maris trying to punch the ball into left field. Hit a 1-hopper right straight to Davenport at third base. So there's 2 down, and the batter will be Elston Howard. Howard is 0 for 1. He bounced to the third baseman his first time at bat. We're in the top of the 4th inning. There's 2 outs with no one on. There's no score in the ball game. Here's the pitch. Nice. He got a fastball over. 1 strike to Elston Howard. The Yankees have had 3 base runners. Bobby Richardson has walked twice. Kubek has had a single. The Giants have not had a base runner in this game. Here's the pitch. A high pop fly on the infield. Chuck Hiller at second base is calling for it. Now Pagan is there, and Pagan's going to make the play. Hiller has called for the ball, and Pagan, letting the wind, moved in near the bag at second to make the catch. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left, and the score at the end of the first half of the 4th inning. The Giants nothing, the Yankees nothing.
Back with more action from this classic World Series game of 1962 after this.
Let a 3-time Indy 500 winner and current national driving champion tell you why he asked for Pennzoil Motor Oil. Hi, I'm Johnny Rutherford. We use Pennzoil in the race car for top engine protection at high speed. But in my own car, I want engine protection plus good gas mileage. That's why I'm more of a Pennzoil fan now than ever. Because Pennzoil does save gasoline. You see, Pennzoil engineers have made it even more slippery. This means there's less friction where engine metal meets engine metal, so the engine runs easier. And the easier an engine runs, the less gasoline it drinks up. Johnny Rutherford knows gas-saving Pennzoil. There's quality in every extra mile. Available in 10W30 and 10W40. NBC Radio is presenting a rebroadcast of Game 7 of the 1962 World Series. The New York Yankees versus the San Francisco Giants.
Now we move along into the bottom of the 4th inning. No score in the ball game. Judge, you remember the little things about the different hitters? Felipe Alou, who's going to lead off this inning, as a leadoff man, the Yankees been going to the curveball, and he's been jumping on the first pitch. He's really become a first ball hitter when he's in the leadoff slot. See if he jumped on that first one this time. Both Sanford and Terry hooked up once again. I think the individual pitching when these 2 guys hooked up has just been tremendous throughout the series. Well, and another great one going here today. Felipe Alou to lead it off. He'll be followed by Chuck Hiller and then Willie Mays. Alou fouled to the first baseman, Skowron, his first time at bat. Felipe right down on the end of the bat, waiting on Ralph Terry. Here's the first pitch. Ball is inside. 1 ball and no strike. The Yankees play in the left field. And they play deep for Alou. It's a 1-0 pitch. There's a high fly ball. Hits the shallow left. Frank is having trouble with this one. He's moving in now. Still racing in, and he makes the catch on the run. Tommy Price lost the ball. He was still looking up into the sky. At the last moment, he came racing in. He caught it about knee-high. During batting practice, all the outfielders, they couldn't wait to get out there and have the coaches hit them the high fly ball, but really it doesn't help that much because the wind is constantly shifting. Right now, it's blowing directly in. And all you can do is try to, well, what is it, Kentucky windies you used in the Army guns? You kind of play the wind?
I don't know, but I don't want to play that left field today, or shortstop or third base either on these top flies. Chuck Hiller, the batter. Bounce to the first baseman his first time at bat. There he delivers. Here's a fly ball hit in the shallow center. Mickey Mantle is racing in. He's still coming, and he's got it. And Mickey was having trouble on that one as he was racing in from center field. That's 2 down, and the batter will be Willie Mays. Willie's 0 for 1 in this game. He's going to fly ball to Trace in left field his first time. The Giants will hit a lot of balls in the air here today because Terry is that fast pitcher. He throws the fastball up high, hit it up in the air, and he throws the slow curveball. They have a tendency to get under it and loft it into the air. Here's the pitch to Willie. Fastball, it's in there. 1 strike. Mays the batter in the bottom of the 4th inning with 2 outs and no one on, no score in the game. Here's a 1-strike pitch. High fly ball hit into right center field. Mickey Mantle moving over. This ball is staring in. Now Mickey's having trouble. He makes a one-handed catch at the last moment. Mantle seemed to lose the ball. Maris came racing over to catch it. And Mickey made a one-handed catch. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left. And the score at the end of 4, the Yankees nothing, the Giants nothing.
This original 1962 World Series broadcast will continue on the NBC Radio Network. NBC Radio Sports is presenting a classic World Series broadcast. Game 7 of 1962, featuring superstars Willie Mays, Willie McCovey, Mickey Mantle, and Roger Maris.
George Kell and Joe Garagiola back at Candlestick Park in San Francisco. A scoreless ball game as they go into the 5th inning. No runs on 1 hit for the Yankees. No runs, no hits for the Giants. Bill Skowron will lead off for New York. Bill bounced to the shortstop his first time. He swings and misses on a fastball. 1 strike. It'll be Skowron, Boyer, and Terry, the first 3 batters for New York. Sanford gets ready. Here's the 1-strike pitch. Inside. He got the curve low and in. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Yankees have had 3 base runners, 2 on walks, 1 on a single, and the Giants are looking for their first base runner. Here's the 1-1 pitch. In the dirt with a curve. Scooped up by Tom Haller. It's a ball 2 and a strike 1 count. The Giants play Skowron deep and straight away. Bill hits to all fields, mostly into right, center, and left center. He is not a pull hitter. He does not hit a lot of balls down the right field line. Here's the pitch. He swings and bounces it foul through the coaching box at third base. Frankie Crosetti has to skip a little rope to get out of the way of this one. Crosetti is coaching at third base, and Wally Moses, the coach at first base for the Yankees. 2-2 to Skowron, leadoff man for the Yankees in the 5th inning. Here's the pitch. He swings and hits a ground ball to left field, just out of the reach of Pagan. Bill Skowron with a solid single. That's hit number 2 for the Yankees. With the runner at first base with no one out, and the batter will be Felipe Boyer. Boyer hit the ball hard his first time at bat. He lined it straight to Alou in right field. Right-handed batter. .278 batting average in the series. Here's the pitch. A swing and a miss. He was trying to drill the ball past Davenport at third base. Jimmy playing in close. He is not looking for the bunt, but he's going to be ready in case Boyer drops one. Sanford looking in. That's taking a lot of time between pitches. That's his runner at first base. The pitch. Strike two. That's a slider over the outside corner. A 2-strike count to Cleve Boyer. Bill Skowron opened this inning with a ground ball single to left. He's at first base with no one out. Sanford checks the sign with Howard. There's a pitch to Cleve. Way outside with this one. Howard hanging that one in the webbing of his mitt.
They don't expect Boyer to try to hit that ball to right field. Second baseman Hiller is shooting towards the bag. Bouton is kind of protecting that hole between short and third. It'll be Hiller who is over near second base to make the pivot.
Boyer choking the bat as he waits on Sanford. Here's the 1-2 pitch. He swings and hits a liner in the left field. Up the middle is Skowron on his way to third. Boyer's going to hold on with a single as Willie Mays grabbed that ball and fired it into second base. On a dry field, that ball would have rolled all the way to the fence. It hit in the wet turf and stopped. Willie Mays picked it up, rifled it into second base, and Boyer holds on with a long single.
Jack Sanford out talking now with his catcher, hands on his hips. He's a bit disgusted because that was a big high-hanging curveball, and Boyer really jumped on it. It was a room service pitch, and he just drilled it. I thought it was going to get by as it plugged the gap, but of course Willie Mays in center field, one of the great ones, keeps the double play in order by holding Boyer at first base with a real long single, and that serve certainly did stop that ball.
Well, the Yankees have runners at first and third. No one out, and the batter will be Ralph Terry. Here's the way the Giants are going to play their infield. Davenport, even with the bag at third, he's ready for a play at the plate. Cepeda, of course, holds against the runner at first base. Hiller has moved in a couple of steps from second, and Pagan a step or so at shortstop. Here's a pitch to Terry. Ball, it's in tight. 1 ball and no strike.
The bullpen is up, George. Stu Miller, a right-hander, and Billy Odell, a left-hander, throwing for the Giants.
You can bet everybody's going to be ready in this ball game today. No score in the 5th inning. The Yankees are threatening. Here's a pitch to Terry. Inside again. He almost hit him with a fastball. Ball 2 and a strike. Skowron opened this inning with a ground ball single to left. Cleve Boyer followed with a long single in the left center. And the Yankees have runners at first and third with no one out. Sanford gets set. A pitch to Terry. Inside again, another fastball that pushed him back. 3-0 to Terry. Sanford seems to be laboring a little right now. He was just aiming that pitch, Joe.
Exactly what he was doing. He was aiming it. His pattern has been to be wild high, and Haller, I'm sure, when a fellow has a pattern one way like wild high, it's because he's standing straight up to throw it, and vice versa if he's bouncing the ball, it's because he's bending too far and holding on too long. But on this particular wild sequence of carry, he's just been aiming the ball, trying to throw strikes, and hasn't been able to do it.
Here's a 3-0 pitch. Ball, it's down low. Terry draws a walk. That'll load the bases with no one out. And here's manager Al Dart on the run out to the mound. Well, Sanford seemed to be laboring as he was pitching to Terry, especially on the last 2 pitches. As Joe pointed out, he was just aiming the ball over the plate. Of course, he didn't get him over, so Terry draws a walk, and that's a big play for the Yankees.
And the big danger point, the thing that Alvin Dart is trying to protect against is that your pitcher letting up. You don't want to let up the throw strike. You want to keep good stuff. And I'm sure if Alvin Dart is going to let him in, he hasn't made any decision. He's just standing out there talking while the bullpen is getting hot. Westrom is up, and he's just giving the sign to Dart that if he wants to make a move, they are ready, but Sanford will stay in. And about all a manager says when he comes out in a spot like that is that you've been a fine pitcher all year by throwing that ball hard. Just cut it loose, don't aim it, and throw strikes. Give the infielders and outfielders a chance to make a play for you.
Well, the bases are loaded with no one out. And the batter will be Tony Kubek. Tony's had one hit and 2 trips. He flied to center field in the first inning, singled in the third. Sanford looking in to get the sign. Here's the pitch to Kubek. Ball outside. 1 ball and no strike. All the Giants are playing about halfway on the infield with the exception of Davenport, who is in even with the bag. Jimmy is ready to make a play at the plate. Cepeda, Hiller, and Pagan could go either way. It'll depend on how hard the ball is hit. If they hit hard enough for the double play, more than likely they'll go in that direction. Otherwise, they'll be coming to the plate. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Ball way outside with this one. It's 2-0 to Kubek. Sanford having a little control problem.
Georgia might just go a step further on the defense, and the outfield is in very shallow, and on the fly ball, with the way that wind is blowing, it might be a problem for Skowron to score. Of course, the Yankees are letting Sanford pitch, and he's falling behind. He's 2-0. Let's see what knock Gordon right here.
Sanford into the windup, the pitch. Strike, he got the fastball over it. Kubek was taking all the way on it. Not coming in with a fastball around the knees. It's a ball 2 and a strike 1 count. A scoreless ball game. We're in the 5th inning. The Yankees threatening. The bases loaded. No one out. Sanford ready. Here's the 2-1 pitch. A ground ball hit to the shortstop. They're going for 2. The second, 1 out. Back to first. A double play. Kubek hits the ball to Pagan, who flips it over to Hiller, and back to Cepeda in time for the double play as Bill Skowron comes in to score. And the Yankees go out in front 1-0. Warrior moves to third base with 2 outs, and the batter will be Bobby Richardson. Bobby's been to the plate twice. He's walked both times. Davenport still playing in close. He'll be watching a bunt in this situation. Here's the pitch to Bobby. A swing and a foul. This one back to the screen.
He's getting that ball up, and you can see him shake his head out on the mound. Sanford a bit disgusted because he's been getting that ball up in their eyes. And George, even I would take a whack at that high curveball because you just can't order a better pitch than that big, nice, high-hanging curveball. And when Richardson saw that one, he had a pretty good set at it.
They say all the country boys like the high fastball, but I think everybody likes the high fastball.
Boy, that's the international pitch.
A 1-strike count to Bobby Richardson. Yankees have a runner at third base with 2 outs. They lead 1-0 in this game. Sanford gets ready. Here's the pitch. High pop fly on the infield. Cepeda at first base, moving into foul territory is there. Richardson fouls to first. 1 run on 3 hits for the Yankees. No errors, 1 man left. And the score at the end of the first half of the 5th inning. The Yankees 1 and the Giants nothing.
We'll be back with more exciting action from the 7th game of the 1962 World Series after this.
You know, Mr. Howell, this old car here takes more gas than anybody else's in town.
No.
Everything's a trading it in. With all that chrome, it ought to be worth a lot.
Yeah, but look, who can buy a new car with the prime rate so high? If the bank prime rate is scaring you out of a new car or truck, ask your GM dealer about GMAC. GMAC has financing right now at rates that make sense. So get that new Chevy, Pontiac, Olds, Buick, Cadillac, or GMC truck you want with help from GMAC, the financing people from General Motors.
And now, more action from Game 7 of the 1962 World Series.
going to the bottom of the fifth inning. Willie McCovey will be the leadoff man. He'll be followed by Orlando Cepeda and then Tom Haller. The Yankees leading in this ball game by a score of 1-0. Bill Skowron has just called time. He wants a pair of sunglasses from the Yankee dugout. The bat boy moving out. McCovey's 0 for 1 in the game. He fouled to the catcher, Howard, his first time at bat. Well, Sanford had the bases loaded with no one out, but he got out of it with only 1 run, which was about as well as the Giants could hope for him. Here's the pitch. Right. Terry delivers a fastball over the outside corner. Willie McCovey, a tall left-handed batter. Here's the pitch. Outside, trying to get the corner again. 1-1 to Willie. He'll be followed by Cepeda and then Tom Haller. Bottom of the fifth inning. The Yankees 1, the Giants nothing. Terry delivers a curve. He swings and misses. Now pull the string on him, and Willie went all the way around.
See, when you don't hit a ball and you swing that hard, it does you a lot of good because there's got a part of your body that's not nice and loose now. What a cut he had with a slow curveball. Wow.
Terry delivers a fastball. He got it too high. 2-2 to McCovey. He's trying to set Willie up for another slow curve coming in with a fastball around the letters. Terry checks the sign. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Fastball. He gets it high into the air into shallow left center field. Here's Trace coming in. He's still moving in. And he makes the catch. Willie McCovey out on a high fly ball into left field. 1 away, and the batter will be the first baseman, Orlando Cepeda. Cepeda was a strikeout victim his first time at bat. Big right-handed batter. Terry delivers the curveball. It's in there. 1 strike. 1-0. The Yankees leading. We're in the bottom of the fifth inning. Cepeda batting with 1 out and no one on. Terry gets ready. Here's the pitch. Slow curve. He hits it high into the air down the right field line. This one's curving. It's going back into the crowd. Richardson and Maris giving chase. So it's strike 2 to Cepeda. The Yankees used 2 singles and a walk to load the bases with no one out, and Kubek hitting into a double play, getting the run in. Here's the pitch. This one in the dirt. One just way out in front of the plate. 1 hop right into the mid of Elston Howard.
You know, you catch those like you've been doing all your life, and you're really lucky when you come up with them. You act like, oh, well, I've been catching them like that all year long. I would have been trying to play it there, the one-handed grab.
Terry taking a little bit too much time for Cepeda. Orlando out just for a moment. Here's the 1-2 pitch. He swings and hits a high fly ball into shallow right field. Richardson moving back is there, and Bobby makes the catch. Boy, he almost dropped it. You can see a lot of white in his glove.
George, you can see that the slow curveball that Terry really helps his fastball a great deal. He's got a good fastball, but with that slow curveball, it sets up his fastball. He's getting the ball by these tough hitters like McCovey and Cepeda hitting behind it. And if you keep him score, don't look now, but there's only been 1 ground ball hit. As far as an assist for infield, that goes to Boyer.
There's a pitch to Howler. It's down low. 1 ball, no strike. Tom pops to the shortstop his first time at bat. Giants batting in the fifth inning. 2 outs with no one on. The Yankees lead 1-0. Here's a 1-0 pitch. Right, he got the slow curveball over. 1-1. Howler, a tall left-handed batter. Terry pounds the ball in his glove. Here's a 1-1 pitch. Fastball, it's in there. Boy, he is threading a needle on the outside corner with a good fastball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hiller might have been looking for the curve. He gave no indication he was going to swing at the fastball. Perry into the windup. The 1-2 pitch. Here's the curve. Bounce right back to the mound. Ralph has it to throw to first base. He's out. Hiller goes out. Pitcher to first. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left. And the score at the end of 5, the Yankees won and the Giants nothing.
Game 7 of the World Series of 1962 continues after this. You're listening to a classic World Series from the archives of NBC Radio Sports. Game 7 of the World Series of 1962.
Well, at the end of 5, the Yankees have 1 run on 3 hits and no errors. The Giants have no runs, no hits, and they have no errors. Ground ball by Hiller, and the first is down. A ground ball by Pagan to Boyer, and a ground ball by Tom Haller back to Ralph Perry. The only ground balls hit off the right-hander of the Yankees. And that Sanford got out of a big jam in the 5th, so once again, they're hooked up. Tommy Trace will be the leadoff man for New York. He'll be followed by Mickey Mantle and then Roger Maris. Tommy's 0 for 2. He fouled to the third baseman back in the 1st inning, and he bounced the 2nd in the 3rd inning. Sanford ready, and here's the pitch. High foul ball that'll be out of play. Went off the third base side. 1 strike to Tommy. A 1-0 ball game. We're in the top of the 6th inning. Trace tilts the bat as he waits on Sanford. The pitch. He bunts. It's up in the air. Cepeda is moving in fast and missed the catch. Tommy Trace trying to drag the ball down the first baseline, popped it up. Orlando Cepeda moved into foul territory to make the grab. It's 1 away, and the batter will be Mickey Mantle. Mickey has slid to left and struck out in 2 steps. The Yankees won, the Giants nothing here in the 6th inning. Here's a pitch to Mantle. Ball down low. 1 ball, no strike. Alou is deep in right field and near the line. May is playing just a little bit into right center, not too much, and McCovey is playing in straightaway left field. They're all deep. Sanford into the windup. The 1-0 pitch. Down low, another curve below the knee. Ball 2 and a strike. The Yankees picked up a run in the 5th inning. That's been the only scoring in this game. Sanford gets ready. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Outside. This one off the corner. 3-0 to Mickey. The fellow hasn't been hitting and has the power of Mantle. You certainly have to be careful. He might turn him loose 3-0. See if he can't pick up a quick run. Mickey's right down on the end of the bat, waiting. Here's the pitch. Down low. He walked him. I believe he was going to swing at it. Mickey was ready, but the pitch is too low. So Mantle draws a walk. That's the 4th walk given up by Sanford, and the batter is Maris. George Down Larson gets up in the Giant bullpen now and starts to loosen up. So there's the 3rd pitcher in the bullpen used by manager Alvin Dark. He's got Odell, Stu Miller, and now Down Larson. Roger Maris has lined to the 3rd baseman and bounced to the 3rd baseman in 2 trips. Mantle at first base with 1 out here in the 6th inning. Sanford gets set. It's a quick throw to first. He is out. Jack Sanford caught Mickey Mantle leaning towards second. He made a quick throw to first, and he picked him off. There's 2 out. Roger Maris about it. Here's the pitch. Right, he got a fastball over here. Around the knee. Boy, that play brought this crowd to its feet. Mantle's taking a big lead. Obviously, he was going to move on the first pitch. Sanford caught him leaning, made a quick snap throw to first, and Cepeda put the tag on him. The pitch to Maris. Outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Once again, the Giants are in the shift. They have 3 infielders on the right side. Sanford taking a little time as he looks in. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Outside again. Just off the corner with a good fastball. Ball 2 in strike one. I would imagine in this spot that Maris will be going to right field. The first 2 times he was going to left, but batting now with 2 outs and no one on, he has but one thing in mind. That's to try to hit the ball out of the ballpark. Sanford ready. The 2-1 pitch. There's a tap down the first baseline. Cepeda picks it up. The race to the bag. Orlando wins it. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left. And the score at the end of the first half of the 6th inning. The Yankees won, the Giants nothing.
This original 1962 World Series broadcast will continue on the NBC Radio Network.
Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis.
When you're faced with tedious grass trimming chores, stand up to your lawn with a weed eater trimmer from True Value Hardware Stores. Hi, Pat Summerall to tell you the Snippy model is the ideal choice for average lawns because it quickly trims a 10-inch path and weighs just 3.5 pounds for less tiring operation. For larger jobs, get the weed eater Needy trimmer that trims and sweeps a 16-inch path. Both of these time and work savers feature tap-and-go heads and are available at participating True Value Hardware Stores and home centers.
NBC Radio Sports is presenting a classic World Series broadcast. Game 7 of 1962, featuring superstars Willie Mays, Willie McCovey, Mickey Mantle, and Roger Maris.
Now we go into the bottom of the 6th inning. The Yankees out in front of the Giants by a score of 1-0 here in the 7th game of the 1962 World Series. Boy, this is it. You play all season long, and you come right down to one big ball game. And another capacity house here in Candlestick Park today, watching this 7th game. The attendance exactly as was yesterday, George, 43,948. They jammed everybody they could get in yesterday, and they all come back today. And I'll tell you something, Joe, there's a lot of people downtown wanting to come. Yes, sir. Willie Davenport will lead off for the Giants. He'll be followed by Pagan and then Jack Sanford. Here he delivers. Right. He got the fastball over around the knees. Davenport hops to the second baseman his first time at bat. And he's a right-handed batter. There's a 1-strike pitch. A curveball hit on the ground foul down the third baseline. And rolling to the bullpen in right field. Left field. A strike 2 count. Ralph Terry against Jack Sanford. Third meeting in this series for these 2 pitches. Here's the 2-strike pitch. Ball. He got it outside. 1-2 to Davenport. That pitch was close. Terry trying to get Davenport to swing at a bad one. Yankees playing straight away, not too deep. Ralph into the windup. Here's the 1-2 pitch. High foul ball. This will be out of play. Coming over behind the Giant dugout. Still 1 ball, 2 strikes. The Yankees picked up a run in the 5th inning. That's been the only scoring in the ball game. They used 2 singles and a walk to load the bases. Then Kubek hit into a fast double play. Skowron coming in with a run. Here's the pitch. Another foul ball. Almost the same spot. Still 1 ball, 2 strikes. Landis, the umpire behind the plate, moving out. Throws a new ball out to Ralph Terry. Ralph gets ready. The pitch. Curve. It's way up high. That'll even the count at 2-2. Jimmy Davenport, leadoff man for the Giants in the 6th inning. Jimmy with a 158 batting average. He's been to the plate 20 times in this series. He's had 3 hits. He's been a sterling performer at third base for the Giants. Here's the 2-2 pitch. High pop fly outside of first. Skowron is chasing. If this is going to be trouble, it is in the seat. Back in the first row. Skowron and Bobby Richardson chasing it over near the barrier. Landed in the first row. Still 2-2 to Davenport. You remember Jimmy's first trip, he fouled off about 8 or 9 pitches. And he's right back at it again. Jimmy chokes the bat as he waits on Terry. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Outside. Nelson Howard was ready to fire down to third. He thought he had a call third strike, but Landis said it was off the corner. So it's 3-2 to Davenport. Kelly taking a little time. Walks out in front of the plate, flips the ball back to Terry. Here's the 3-2 pitch. There's a high fly ball hit the left field. First going back. Now he is moving in, shading his eyes from the sun, and he makes the catch. Jimmy Davenport. Out on a high fly ball to Tommy Trash in left field. That's one of those, George, you talk about. The wind wasn't blowing at the out of here. Moose Town was talking about one of it yesterday, and Davenport hit that ball well, but right into that wind, and forget about it. That's a tough spot that went out of here today. I tell you, Joe, this Ralph Terry knows what he's doing out there. He's taking advantage of this wind. Getting that fastball up around their letters, letting them hit it up in the air. So it's going to be tough to hit one out of here today. Jose Pagan, the batter. He bounced the Boyer at third base his first time at bat. Jose, a right-handed batter. 412 batting average starting the series. There's a high fly ball down the third baseline. This is curving over near the seats. Boyer's chasing it, but it's going back in the crowd. You always look for those escape valves as far as outfield is concerned. For example, in the stadium, it's right center and left center. In the polo grounds, dead center field, make them hit that way. Here in this ballpark, with this wind blowing it in, the way it is today, it would be from the left field foul line all the way over to right center field. Because it is a tough one blowing in. If you can get that ball up and into the right-hand hitter, let him hit it that way. Ralph Terry looking in. Pagan waiting. Here's the pitch. He swings and pops it up outside of third. Boyer is chasing it. The wind is bringing it over near the seats. He's there and makes the catch. Boy, Elston Howard is right there with him, too. Kelly has picked up some pointers, Joe, in this play. He goes all the way down as he knows the wind is bringing it back to home plate. Can't wait to see where that ball's going to land. You better take off. They made a description for this ballpark. Lou Burdett of the Braves had a good one. He says that this is the only ballpark where you can sit in the dugout and read the morning paper as it blows by. Well, there's 2 down, and the batter will be Jack Sanford, the pitcher. Jack flied to Mantle his first time at bat. He swings and lines it in the right field. Mantle chasing it. He can't get it. Sanford's going to hold on with a single. Jack Sanford gets on the first pitch, and he lines it into center field. A solid hit. And that's the first Giant base runner in this ball game. Ralph Terry had retired 17 men in a row until the pitcher, Jack Sanford, broke the spell with a line single into center field. And on a dry day, that ball might have skipped by Mantle all the way. So the Giants have a runner at first base with 2 outs, and the batter will be Felipe Alou. Felipe has fouled to first and flied to left in 2 trips. Takes the fastball down low. 1 ball and no strike. A runner at first with 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the 6th. The Yankees lead 1-0. Terry has just given up his first hit, and the Giants have their first base run in the game. The pitch to Alou. A bouncing ball down the third baseline. Boyer will have to hurry. The throw, he got him. A slow bounder to third. Boyer flips it over to Skowron. No runs on 1 hit. There were no errors. 1 man left. And the score at the end of 6. The Yankees 1 and the Giants nothing.
We'll be back with more exciting action from the 7th game of the 1962 World Series after this. And now, more action from Game 7 of the 1962 World Series.
Well, we're going to the 7th inning. The Yankees in front of the Giants, 1-0. It'll be Elston Howard to lead off for New York. He'll be followed by Bill Skowron and then Fleet Boyer. Ellie's been to the plate twice. He bounced to the third baseman in the 2nd inning and popped to the shortstop in the 4th inning. The only scoring in this ball game coming in the 5th inning. The Yankees loaded the bases with no one out on 2 singles and a walk, and Kubek bounced into a double play. The run coming across. 1 run, 3 hits, and no errors for New York. No runs on 1 hit, and no errors for the Giants. Sanford taking a little time. Jack was a base runner in the 6th inning. He was a little slow getting back to the mound. Here's the pitch. Ball, it's down low. 1 ball and no strike. Well, you talk about the pressure on the ball game in the 7th game of the series. How about the umpires, especially the fellow behind the plate, Stan Landis? He's got a lot of important calls to make today. Here's a strike. Fastball coming in around the knees.
Like the old saying, George, when they do the great job, you hardly even know they're out there. We hardly recognize them because of the outstanding job that all of them have done.
Here's a 1-1 pitch. A high pop fly down the right field line. This is curving back into the crowd. Felipe Alou chasing it. He had no chance to get it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Howard, Skowron, and Boyer will be the Yankee batters here in the 7th inning. They lead the Giants 1-0. Taking the look in to Tom Howard. Ellie choking the bat a little bit with 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Ball, it's in tight. Fastball coming in high and tight. A ball 2 and a strike 2 count. Giants playing deep and around to the left for Elston Howard. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Outside. He tried to get the corner with a slider. 3-2 to Ellie. Moose Skowron is waiting in the on-deck circle. Yankees batting in the 7th inning. They lead 1-0. No one out, no one on. A full count to the catcher Howard. Here's the pitch. He swings and bounces it foul down the third baseline. Still 3-2. Sanford with a new baseball, rubbing it up, taking a little time. Jack has been a slow and deliberate pitcher here today in this all-important ball game. Here's the pitch. A ground foul right at the plate. Ball bounced up, hit Howard, and Howard grabbed it on the first hop. Still 3-2.
Howard talking to himself as he walked away from home plate. It looked like he had his pitch and just didn't hit it. One of the real joys of catching is listening to the conversation of these hitters when they talk to themselves. Hank Sauer, who is with this guy organization, one of the best. He'd talk and he'd answer himself, and he'd always get on himself pretty good.
Here's the pitch. A swing on it. And struck him out. Jack Sanford coming in with a curveball on the 3-2 pitch, and Elston Howard strikes out. That's 1 away, and the batter will be Bill Skowron. Well, Well, Moose has had one hit in 2 tips today. Bounced to the shortstop in the second inning, singled in the fifth. Sanford ready. Here's the pitch. Here's a high fly ball hit into deep center field. Mays going back. Now he's going to have to come in the left center, and McCovey is there finally to make the play. Willie Mays chased that one all over the outfield, and finally Willie McCovey in left center made the play. Thank you, George. I've seen some outfield plays during the course of this year where at times you think you're watching an old Keystone Top movie. One fellow will be ready to make the play, and zing, somebody will cut in front and make it. And there you saw Willie ready to make it, and McCovey made it easily. Wind is a big factor here.
McCovey acts like he had it all the way, and Mays had been chasing it all over the outfield. Well, he's 2 down, and the batter will be Felipe Boyer. Felipe 1 for 2 in this game.
Takes a strike around the letters. Boyer hit the ball hard both times. He lined to Alou in right field in the third inning. In the fifth inning, he lined a long single in the left center. On a dry day, it would have been an extra base hit and would have driven in a run. Here's a ground ball hit up the middle. Pagan can't get it. It goes into center field. Boyer getting his second hit. A ground ball through the middle to center field. Now, that's a big play for the Yankees, Joe. Get that pitcher up and out of there. They're bringing that pitcher to the plate here instead of making him a leadoff man in the 8th inning. Well, we're waiting right now for Terry to come on.
That's why an 8 spot is always such a tough one, George. You don't get that good ball to hit. If you have a fellow in scoring position, you have to widen your strike zone and try to drive it in. In a spot like this, you got to go for the unexpected pitch to get that base hit. You hope you get your pitcher up there and not make a leadoff man out of him.
Nice round of applause for Terry as he comes on. Boy, he's been quite a pitcher here today. He has allowed 1 hit, and that's been the only base runner for the Giants. Boyer at first base with 2 outs. The pitch to Terry. A pass. 1 ball, no strike. Ralph struck out in the third inning, and in the fifth inning, he drew a walk. Terry told me before the ball game today he had one big ambition. That's to get a hit in the series. Here's the pitch. A ground ball hit in the left field. There's his base hit. Just out of the reach of Davenport. And Ralph Terry comes through with a ground single to left. So the Yankees, after the first 2 batters have been retired here in the 7th inning, are threatening. They have runners at first and second. 2 outs, and the batter will be Tony Kubek. And tip number 5 for New York. Kubek had 1 hit in 3 trips today. By the center field in the first inning. Singled in the third. Hit into a double play in the fifth.
Bullpen for the Giants jumps up again. The left-hander is Billy Odell, and the right-hander Don Lyson.
2 on, 2 out. Sanford taking a little time as he looks in. Here's the pitch to Kubek. Ball, it's up high. 1 ball and no strike. Sanford has been quite a pitcher here today. I'd say the only difference in this performance today and the other 2 that he's given in this World Series, he's been high today. He has not been able to get the ball down around the knees as he would like to do. Here's a 1-0 pitch. Here's a liner down the left field line. McCovey is chasing it. It's curving foul back into the crowd. Boy, Willie is playing him right over there on the line. 1 ball, 1 strike. Kubek will hit a lot of balls in the left field. I'll tell you another thing right here, Joe. It's going to be tough for Boyer to score on a base hit to the outfield unless he pulls it into right. Now, Mays and McCovey are both playing in close. Sanford gets that. Here's the 1-1 pitch. There's a high fly ball hit in the left center field. McCovey and Mays are both there. McCovey is calling for it. He's got it. The side's retired. No runs on 2 hits, no errors, 2 men left, and the score at the end of the first half of the 7th inning. Yankees 1, the Giants nothing.
Game 7 of the World Series of 1962 continues after this. Now listen, but listen quick, because it comes and goes just like that. The Pennzoil Chaparral, driven by national champion Johnny Rutherford. Here it comes again, all bright and brilliant in its traditional Pennzoil yellow color. That's a $40,000 engine that just roared by, turning out 9,500 torturous RPM.
Does it mile after hard-running mile, race after race after race. The Pennzoil Chaparral. It has Pennzoil written on it and Pennzoil in it. Protection for a winner. Pennzoil Motor Oil. Protection for cars like the Chaparral and cars like yours. Ask for it.
America was out for Pennzoil drink. America lives in its life. Pennzoil, we ask for Motor Oil. Pennzoil.
You're listening to a classic World Series from the archives of NBC Radio Sports. Game 7 of the World Series of 1962.
Now we go into the bottom of the 7th inning. The Giants trailing the Yankees by a score of 1-0. It'll be Chuck Hiller to lead off for San Francisco. He'll be followed by Willie Mays and then Willie McCovey. The crowd standing here for the 7th inning stretch, and they are singing with the band as they're playing in deep center field. Probably the Giant fight song. It's hard for us to pick it up here in the radio booth. Chuck Hiller, the batter, he's 0 for 2 in the game. Here's the pitch. He bunts. It's up in the air. Terry spears it. A good play by Terry. Had the ball gotten over his head, more than likely Hiller would have been on. But Terry, moving back of the mound, reached up and speared the pop fly. So there's one away, and the batter is Willie Mays. Willie's 0 for 2. He flied to left and flied to center in 2 sets. The Yankees deep and around to the left. For Willie Mays. Terry delivers the curveball. He lines it down the left field line. Trace racing into the corner. He got it a one-handed catch by Trace. He caught the ball, then went out of our sight, back into the corner, but he hung on to it in the webbing of his glove. Willie Mays making a bid for an extra base hit into the corner in left field is robbed on a fine play by Tommy Trace. It's 2 down. And the batter will be Willie McCovey. Boy, it's amazing how this kid, Tom Trace, has made the move from the infield to the outfield, and he has not missed a step. He has taken it in stride. Which is one of the plays of this series right there. Willie McCovey, the batter. Willie has fouled to the catcher and flied to left in 2 trips. Here's the pitch. There's a long foul ball down the right field line. This one will go all the way out of the park. A 1-strike count for Willie. Bill Sanford, a right-hander, and Bud Daly, a left-hander, throwing in the bullpen. Manager Ralph House wants to keep them ready. Terry gets ready. The pitch to McCovey. Ball down low. He checked his swing on a slow curve. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Giants are batting in the 7th inning. There's 2 outs with no one on. The Yankees lead 1-0. Here's the 1-1 pitch. He swings and hits a drive into deep center. Mantle is chasing it in deep center. He can't get it all the way to the fence. Here's McCovey going into second. He's going to try for 3. No, he's not in time. McCovey has just slammed one 410 feet away over Mickey Mantle's head into deep center field, and he is raced into third base with a stand-up triple. In fact, he made a big turn at third base as if he might come on in, but he was very wisely held up by Whitey Lockman. So the Giants have the tying run at third base with 2 outs, and the batter will be Orlando Cepeda. Nelson Howard taking a little time right now as he goes out to the mound for a short conference with his pitcher. The ball hit by McCovey was on a line that never did get very high. The wind had no chance to his goodbye. A runner at third with 2 outs. Terry ready. Here's the pitch. Cepeda takes the fastball up high. 1 ball and no strike. Orlando struck out in the second. Popped to Bobby Richardson in the 5th inning. Terry's taking a little time. Looks in to get the sign. Here's the 1-0 pitch. He swings and hits a high foul that will be out of play down the right field line. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Yankees won, the Giants nothing. We're in the 7th inning. Willie McCovey is at third base with 2 outs. It's only the second hit given up by Ralph Terry. Yes, Sanford, the pitcher, up the other one. Boy, this crowd has come alive, as you can hear. They are roaring, wanting Cepeda to come through. Here's the 1-1 pitch. A swing and a miss on a bad curveball. He foul-tipped it. There's Stan Landis right into the miss. Terry delivering a low outside curve. Gets Cepeda to bite. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Yankees straight away. Everybody back on the infield. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Foul ball. This will be out of play. Terry trying to get the fastball by him. Evidently figuring that Cepeda would be looking for a curve. But Orlando had a ripple at it. Still 1 ball, 2 strikes. Once again, Howard going out to the mound for a conference with Terry. Ellie's going to take a little time right now as he stands on the mound talking to Ralph Terry. Action in the Yankee bullpen. Bill Stafford, a right-hander, and Bud Daly, a left-hander, are throwing. Boy, this is it. There's no saving anybody for tomorrow and next week. This is the 7th ball game of the 62 World Series. Terry gets ready. Here's the 1-2 pitch. A swing and a miss. He struck him out. Cepeda going for a high fastball, strikes out. No runs on 1 hit. There were no errors. 1 man left. And the score at the end of 7, the Yankees won, the Giants nothing.
Back with more action from this classic World Series game of 1962 after this. NBC Radio is presenting a rebroadcast of Game 7 of the 1962 World Series. The New York Yankees versus the San Francisco Giants.
Well, at the end of 7, the Yankees have 1 run on 5 hits, and they have no errors. The Giants have no runs on 2 hits, and they have no errors. As Sanford gets ready to go here in the 8th inning, the Giant bullpen comes alive again. Billy Odell, a left-hander, and Stu Miller, a right-hander, are throwing. They have been throwing along with Don Larson throughout the afternoon. Well, Bobby Richardson will lead it off. Bobby has walked twice and fouled to the first baseman. So officially, he's 0 for 1 in this game. Sanford gets ready. Here's the pitch to Bobby. He swings and hits a high hopper to the shortstop. Pagan has it to throw to first. He is safe at first base. The throw was up high. It got away from Cepeda. And Bobby Richardson is safe at first. It'll be an error charged against the shortstop. Well, the Yankees have a runner at first base. There's no one out, and the batter will be Tommy Trace. Sanford taking a little time as he goes over to talk to his third baseman, Davenport, probably discussing the bunt situation that very definitely is in order here. The Yankees lead by 1. We're in the 8th inning. Bobby Richardson at first base with no one out. And Whitey Ford is throwing in the bullpen for the Yankees. How about that? Whitey was the starting pitcher in yesterday's ball game. He's warming up today. Sanford gets set. Here's the pitch to Trace. Strike. He got the fastball over the outside corner. Tommy squared around. He was ready to bunt. Pulled the bat back, and Stan Landis went up to the right hand. Well, with Mantle and Maris coming up, Manager Ralph House wants to move Bobby Richardson down in the scoring position. Sanford ready. Here's the pitch. Outside. Fresh is ready to bunt. 1 ball, 1 strike. Davenport is playing in close to third. Jimmy's about 5 steps in front of the bag and moves in as Sanford delivers. Cepeda holding against the runner, and he'll move in with the pitch. Tommy Tresh, batting left-hander, waiting on Sanford. Here's the 1-1 pitch. He bunts. It is foul. This one is rolling behind the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tommy is trying to get the bunt down the first base line as Davenport is racing in from third. It would almost be suicide to bunt the ball to him. Fouls it back. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Sanford working slowly here in the 8th inning. The Yankees with a 1-run lead have a runner at first base, no one out. Here's the pitch. Outside. Fresh checked his swing just in time on a fastball that was off the corner. That'll even the count at 2-2. Mickey Mantle is waiting in the on-deck circle. Sanford checks his runner. The pitch. Outside again. Once again, Jack trying to thread the needle on the outside corner is missed. So it's 3-2 to Tresh. Well, we'll watch the runner. He might be moving on his 3-2 pitch. Sanford has picked a runner off first base today, so Bobby Richardson, of course, is going to be mighty careful getting a lead. Sanford gets set. That's a quick throw to first. Bobby back in town. The full count to Tommy Tresh. A runner at first base, no one out. Here's the pitch. There goes the runner. Here's a liner. 1 hop to the shortstop. It gets away from him. Here's a throw to first. He's safe at first base. Tresh hit that one like a bullet. A low liner that hit right in front of Pagan. Bounced out of his glove over towards second base. He picked it up, made the throw to first, but it was not in time to get Tresh. It'll be an infield single for Tommy. Base hit number 6 for the Yankees. Puts runners at first and second with no one out. And the batter will be Mickey Mantle. Well, there's the value of moving on the 3-2 pitch. Had Richardson not been moving, he would have been an easy out at second base. But Pagan, realizing he had no chance to get Bobby, hurried his throw to first base, but it was too late to get Craig. So 2 on, no one out, and Mickey Mantle the batter. Mickey's 0 for 2 in this game. He walked his last time. Sanford gets set. Here's a pitch to Mantle. Ball in tight. 1 ball and no strike. Well, Davenport is playing in close to third. Jimmy's ready for the bunt in case Mickey bunts. Cepeda, Hiller, and Pagan are playing about halfway. They are not looking for the bunt. In fact, Cepeda is deeper than anybody else on the infield. Sanford checks his runners. Here's the 1-0 pitch. A swing and a foul. This one back into the crowd. 1 ball, 1 strike. The good thing about having a batter like Mantle at the plate, in a bunt situation, you don't have to worry too much about a double play ball, as Mickey has such tremendous speed. That doesn't mean he cannot hit into a double play, but the chances are against it. So instead of a bunt play, as in this situation, manager Ralph House can let Mickey swing away, figuring that he'll still move at least 1 runner up. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Outside. Ball 2 and strike 1. Billy Odell, a left-hander, is still throwing in the bullpen, and Don Larson has replaced Stu Miller for the Giants. So it's Larson and Odell, a right-hander and a left-hander. Mickey Mantle right down on the end of the bat, waiting on Jack Sanford. There's 2 on with no one out here in the 8th inning. The Yankees lead the Giants by a score of 1-0. They've out-hit the Giants 6-2. Bobby Richardson is down at second base. Tommy Tresh at first base. Sanford gets ready. Here's the 2-1 pitch. A swing and a miss. A low curveball around the knees, and Mantle had a ripple on it. A ball 2 and a strike 2 count. Roger Maris is waiting in the on-deck circle. taking a lot of time. Looks then to Tom Hiller to get the sign. Looks back to second to check his runner. Here's the pitch. Down low, he got the curve in the dirt. Nice pickup by Hiller, who went down on both knees to block it. So it's 3-2 to Mantle. Will the runners be moving on this 3-2 pitch? We'll wait and see. It paid off for Ralph House when he had Richardson running on a 3-2 pitch to Craig. Oh, we'll check him again. Sanford checking the sign. Shaking his head yes to Tom Hiller. Here's the 3-2 pitch. There's a liner to right field. It's in there. Bobby Richardson coming to third, but he's going to be held up. Mickey Mantle lined the ball just out of the reach of the second baseman, Hiller. Now, Bobby Richardson had started back to second. He thought Hiller might catch the ball. So he was held up at third. So the bases are loaded with no one out, and here's Al Dart coming out. We might get a pitching change here. I believe we are. He is giving the call to the bullpen, and it's going to be Billy O'Dell. Well, here's a big round of applause here at Candlestick Park in San Francisco as Jack Sanford leaves the mound. And he has been a tremendous pitcher for the San Francisco Giants this year. Not only here in the World Series, but throughout the season. And they're giving him a standing applause as he leaves the mound. The Yankees have loaded the bases here in the 8th inning with no one out. An error and 2 singles have filled the sacks, and Billy O'Dell, a left-hander, will be coming on to pitch to Roger Maris. This will be O'Dell's 3rd appearance in the World Series. He started the first ball game. He has a record of no wins and 1 defeat. He was charged with a loss in the first game. He's pitched 10 and 1/3 innings, given up 12 hits. 6 runs have all been earned. He's walked 3 and struck out 8. Billy pitched in relief in the 4th game of the series and saved that ball game. Don Larson was the winning pitcher. So Billy completes his warm-up tosses. Roger Maris steps in. The base is loaded with no one out. The Yankees leading 1-0. The hit by Mantle was number 7 off Sanford. Yankees have out-hit the Giants 7-2. Well, Al Dart doesn't want to give up another run. He is playing his infield in close with the bases loaded and no one out. Maris is 0 for 3 in this game. Here's the first pitch. Strike. He got a fastball over. 1 strike for the Rock. He lined to third, bounced to third, and bounced to the first baseman. Richardson, Trash, and Mantle are the Yankee base runners. O'Dell ready. Here's the pitch. A ground ball hit to the second baseman. Hiller's coming to the plate with it. He's out. Back to first. He's safe on a close play. Almost a double play. Maris hit the ball to Chuck Hiller, who fired it into Howard. He stepped on the plate and fired it right back to Cepeda at first. Maris beat the relay. So Raj is safe on the fielder's short. The base is still loaded, 1 out. And Elston Howard will be the batter. Al Dart has raced out of the dugout. He has a right-hander throwing in the bullpen, but there'll be no pitching change. He's going along with Billy O'Dell, a left-hander, against the right-hander hitting Elston Howard. Ellie's 0 for 3 in this game. Counts to third, pops to short, and struck out. O'Dell gets ready. Here's the pitch to Howard. Nice fastball over the outside corner. The Giants trying to get out of a jam here in the 8th inning. The Yankees have the bases loaded with 1 out. O'Dell into the windup. Here's the pitch. High foul ball. This will be out of play, coming back into the lower deck. Strike 2. Oh, Billy's coming on with the bases loaded and no one out. Got Roger Maris to bounce to the second baseman. Worked out at the plate. Now it's a strike 2 count to Elston Howard. Odell checking the sign. Here's the two-strike pitch. There's a ground ball at third. Might be a double play. Steps on the bag to throw. He's out. Nelson Howard bounces into a fast double play. Davenport steps on the bag and through to first base. No runs on 2 hits, 1 error, 2 men left, and the score at the end of the first half of the 8th inning. The Yankees won, the Giants nothing.
This original 1962 World Series broadcast will continue on the NBC Radio Network. Hi, Pat Summerall. You know, the trouble with buying paint is that you really don't know how it's going to look or last until after you've painted. That's why True Value hardware stores make their own True Test paints. Regardless of your needs and budget, your True Value hardware store dealer can help you choose the best possible paint in the colors you want at the price you can afford to pay. His knowledge also extends to knowing which applicators will give you the best results from quality True Test paints, available only at participating True Value hardware stores. NBC Radio Sports is presenting a classic World Series broadcast, Game 7 of 1962, featuring superstars Willie Mays, Willie McCovey, Mickey Mantle, and Roger Maris.
Billy Odell coming on in relief with the bases loaded and no one out. Turned in a sparkling job. Got out of it without a run. So it's still a 1-0 ball game. The Yankees leading as they go into the bottom of the 8th inning. Tom Haller will be the leadoff man. He'll be followed by Jimmy Davenport, then Jose Pagan. Ralph Perry taking a little extra time as he goes through his warm-up tossing. Action in the Yankee bullpen. Bud Daly, a left-hander, and Bill Sanford, a right-hander. They have been throwing off and on throughout the ballgame. 1-0. The Yankees lead. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning of the 7th game of the 1962 World Series. Tom Haller has popped to short and bounced to the pitcher in 2 trips. Here's Perry's first pitch. There's a fly ball in the left center field. Price is racing in. He's there and he makes the catch. Tom Haller goes out on the first pitch to Stretch in left center. That's one away, and the batter will be Jimmy Davenport. Jimmy just made a fine play on a hard-hit ground ball off the bat of Elston Howard. Kept on third base, flipped it to first, turning it into a fast double play. Jimmy has popped to second and flied to left in 2 trips today. Perry taking a little time. That's the sign. Here's the pitch. Ball. It's down low. 1 ball and a strike. The Yankees picked up a run in the 5th inning. That's been the only scoring in the game. It's a 1-0 pitch. High pop fly on the infield. Here's Boyer coming into foul ground, calling for it. He's there, makes the catch. Jimmy Davenport fouls to the third baseman. Well, there's 2 down. And Jose Pagan is scheduled to be the batter, but we're going to get a pinch batter. I believe it's Ed Bailey. We'll check it to be sure. Ed Bailey, left-handed hitting catcher, is coming on. Here's the announcement coming over the public address system. So Al Dart trailing by 1 run here in the 8th inning, sending up a left-handed batter for his shortstop, Pagan. Giants batting with 2 outs and no one on. He's taking a little time before he gets in. Perry just waiting for Bailey to get set. That's the sign. Here's the first pitch. Curveball. He got it over. 1 strike. Ralph pulled the string on him. Yankees are deep and around to the right for Bailey. It is strictly a pull hitter. He's out of the box for just a moment, gets back in. Bobby Richardson right on the edge of the outfield grass. Here's a one-strike pitch. He checks his swing on a low curve this Van Landis. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Yankees have 1 run on 7 hits and no errors. The Giants have no runs on 2 hits. They've committed 1 error. Terry still looking in. Pounds the ball in his glove. Here's a 1-1 pitch. A foul ball. It's back on the screen. Terry coming in with a fastball around the letters. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Terry retired the first 17 batters he faced here today before Sanford singled with 2 outs in the 6th inning. And he gave up a triple to McCovey with 2 outs in the 7th inning. And the only 2 Giant hits. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Bailey. Here's the pitch. Down low. That'll even the count at 2-2. Terry trying to get Bailey to go for a bad pitch. Ed Bailey batting for Jose Pagan here in the bottom of the 8th with 2 outs and no one on. Ed getting out just as Terry got ready. Now we're ready again. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Foul ball. This one back in the crowd. Still 2-2. In the 5th inning, the Yankees used 2 singles and a walk to load the bases. Then Kubek bounced to the shortstop Pagan, who made the double play. Skowron coming in to score the only run of this ball game. Yankees had the bases loaded in the 8th inning with no one out, but they failed to score. Here's the 2-2 pitch. There's a fly ball hit outside of first base. Skowron is coming over. He's got the room on it. Still chasing it. He makes the catch. Ed Bailey fouls to the first baseman. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left. And the score at the end of 8. The Yankees won, the Giants nothing.
We'll be back with more exciting action from the 7th game of the 1962 World Series after this. And now, more action from Game 7 of the 1962 World Series.
Well, it's the 9th inning here at Candlestick Park, and the Yankees are leading by a score of 1-0. Boy, you couldn't ask for a finer ball game than the final game of a World Series. Bill Skowron will lead off for the Yankees. He'll be followed by Boyer and then Terry. Here's a fastball up high. 1 ball and no strike. Billy O'Dell pitching in relief of Jack Sanford, who turned in another great performance here today in his 3rd World Series start. The pitch in the dirt, scooped up by Hiller. A ball 2 and a no strike count. O'Dell came on in the 8th inning with the bases loaded and no one out. He got Maris on a ground ball to the second baseman. The play was made at the plate. And then Howard hit into a fast double play. Here's the 2-0 pitch to Skowron. He swings and fouls it off. This one's sailing back into the upper deck behind the Giant dugout. It's a ball 2 and a strike 1 count. Now, Billy O'Dell didn't like the baseball. He wants a new one. Tosses it in, and Van Landis sends a new one out to the mound. Moose is waiting. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Down low. That's the fastball. Low and in. 3-1 to Skowron. O'Dell taking a little time as he looks into Howler. Here's the 3-1 pitch. He swings and hits a long fly ball down the left field line that's curving foul and going back into the crowd. So it's 3-2 to Skowron. Leadoff man for the Yankees in the 9th inning. They lead the Giants 1-0 here in the 7th game. Boy, this is it. Right down to the wire. shortstop for the Giants here in the ninth inning is Ernie Bowman. Pagan went out for the pinch batter, Ed Bailey. And Ernie Bowman has gone in to play shortstop. Odell taking a lot of time here on the 3-2 pitch. Ready? Here it is. A ground ball hit to the shortstop. Bowman has it. Here's the throw to first. He's out. Bill Skowron goes out. Short to first. That's one away, and the batter will be Cletus Boyer. Cletus 2 for 3 in this game. He lined to right field in the third inning. Singled in the fifth and again in the seventh. His single in the fifth inning was a key blow that sent Skowron all the way to third, where he scored on the double play ball. Top of the ninth is one out with no one on. Yankees 1, the Giants nothing. The pitch to Boyers hit hard to third. Davenport knocks it down. Here's the throw to first. He's out. Another good play by Jimmy Davenport as Boyers sent a screamer down the third baseline. Jimmy blocked it. Ball rolled out in front of him. He picked it up, made the throw to Cepeda. That's 2 down, and here's Ralph Terry. Well, this highly partisan crowd here in Candlestick Park giving a roaring salute to Ralph Terry as he comes on to bat here in the top of the ninth. Ralph has been a tremendous pitcher for the Yankees. He's had one hit in the ball game. Odell delivers. He fouls it back. 1 strike. Ralph has struck out, walked, and singled. So he's 1 for 2. Right-handed batter. Facing the left-hander, Billy Odell. The pitch. He swings and misses on a curve. Strike 2. 2 outs with no one on. We're in the top of the ninth inning. The Yankees lead by 1.
We'll be back with more exciting action from the 7th game of the 1962 World Series after this.
St. Louis.
And now, more action from Game 7 of the 1962 World Series.
Well, it's the bottom of the ninth inning, and this is it. The Giants are trailing the Yankees by a score of 1-0. Matty Alou has moved out of the dugout. He'll be batting for Billy Odell. Matty Alou, a left-handed batter, will be batting for Billy Odell, leading off for the Giants here in the bottom of the ninth inning. He'll be followed by his brother, Felipe Alou, and then the second baseman, Chuck Hiller. Ralph Terry completes his warm-up tosses. Howard goes down to second. And everybody moves forward on the edge of their seats for this bottom of the ninth inning with the Yankees leading 1-0. Matty Alou, a little left-handed batter, leading off. There's action in both bullpens. Billy Pierce throwing in the bullpen for the Giants. Bill Sanford and Bud Daly for the Yankees.
Terry taking a little time. He wants to be sure his defensive alignment is the way he wants him to play Alou. Here's the pitch to Matty. Ball, it's outside. 1 ball and no strike. A 1-0 ball game, right down to the wire here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Here's the 1-0 pitch. A high pop fly outside of first base. It may blow into the seats. Howard is chasing it near the dugout. He can't make a play. He went right into the giant dugout. Elson Howard, boy, was staying with it. He went right into the giant dugout all the way. But he couldn't quite make the play, so it's 1 ball and 1 strike to Alou. That ball at one time was near the foul line, but the strong breeze blowing kept carrying it away from Howard and just out of his reach. Boyer at third base is playing on the grass. Everybody else back on the infield. There's the 1-1 pitch. Curveball. It's too low. A ball 2 and a strike 1 count. Matty Alou, in a pinch hitting role in game number 4, had a key double down the left field line. Boyer, of course, has to play him in close. He's one of the fastest base runners in this series. Here's the pitch. He bunts down the first baseline. Terry chasing it. He can't get it. Matty Alou dragging a bunt just past Ralph Terry, and he beats it out for an infield single. That's hit number 3 for the Giants. Puts a tying run at first base with no one out, and the batter will be Felipe Alou. The Yankees are looking for the bunt. Boyer moving in close to third base. Here's the pitch. He bunts it up in the air. Howard chasing it. He can't get it. 1 strike to Felipe. Giants, of course, trying to move this tying run down to second base. They have Hiller and Willie Mays coming up. It's a 1-0 ball game here in the 9th. The Yankees leading. Alou at first base. No one out. It's Matty Alou at first base. Felipe Alou, the batter, with a 1-strike count. There's a token toss over to first base. Terry just reminding Alou that he's keeping an eye on him. Ralph gets set. Here's the pitch. He swings and fouls it back. Alou had a ripple at a high fastball. He was trying to drill that one by Boyer at third base. Fouled it back on the screen. So Terry is out in front with a strike 2 count. Elson Howard calls time, races out to the mound for a conversation with Terry. Bill Sanford, a right-hander, and Bud Daly, a left-hander, throwing in the bullpen. Howard coming back behind the plate. Terry gets set. Here's the pitch. A swing and a miss. He struck him out. Felipe Alou goes down swinging. That's 1 away, and the batter will be Chuck Hiller. Hiller is 0 for 3. He bounced to first, flied to center, and he popped to the pitcher, trying to beat out a bunt in the 7th inning. Well, the Giants have one of their fastest base runners, if not their fastest, at first base. He's carrying the tying run. 1 out here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Boy, you can almost feel the tension all the way here to the radio booth. The pitch to Hiller. He swings and pops it up. It's going to be out of play. This one is drifting back into the crowd. 1 strike to Chuck. Ralph Terry all the way for the Yankees. Jack Sanford, the starting pitcher for the Giants today. Billy O'Dell relieved him in the 8th inning. It's a 1-strike count to Chuck Hiller. Matty Alou at first base. 1 out, bottom of the 9th inning. Matty's taking a big lead at first. Terry checks him. Here's the pitch. He bunts down the third baseline. It's foul. Boy, there was a dandy. Hiller placed a bunt down the third baseline. He just rolled outside the line. Boy, you had no chance to get him. Waite was playing in close, but this was a perfect bunt. So it's a strike 2 count to Hiller. Once again, Howard out to the mound for a conference with Terry. Everything riding here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Howard coming back behind the plate. Terry checks his runner at first. The pitch. Foul ball back in the crowd. Ralph trying to get the fastball by him around the letters. Hiller fouled it back. Well, Billy Pierce is throwing in the bullpen for the Giants. If they tie it up or go ahead, more than likely he'll be the pitcher. Terry gets set. Here's the pitch. There's another foul ball coming back to the crowd. A strike 2 count to Chuck Hiller. The amazing thing about these pitches to Hiller, with 2 strikes on him, Terry has come right in there with good fastballs. He is not trying to make Hiller go for a bad pitch. He tried to overpower him with 2 good fastballs, figuring that Chuck had to be expecting most anything in this spot. Ralph taking the look in. That's the runner at first base. Here's the pitch. Foul ball. This one off to the left, rolling to the Yankee dugout. You know, the most helpless people in the ballpark in a situation like this are the ball players sitting in the dugout. There's nothing they can do, nothing at all, but just wait and hope. Those on the field or with a bat in their hand, they have a chance. They can do something. Chuck Hiller choking the bat, waiting. Here's the pitch. In the dirt. Nice pickup by Howard. That was a big play. Giants would like to move Alou down to second base. It's a ball 1, strike 2 count to Chuck Hiller. Matty Alou opened this inning with a bunt single down the first baseline. Matty was batting for Billy Odell. Felipe Alou, after bunting and missing a pitch, swung at the next 2 and struck out. Now Chuck Hiller, the batter. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Terry delivers. A swing and a miss. He struck him out. Hiller goes down swinging on a low curveball. So there's 2 down, and it's all up to Willie Mays. And I would imagine if the Giant fans had their way in the ball club, this is the man they'd wanted to play. A runner at first base, 2 outs. And Willie Mays, the batter. He has been the big man for this ball club. Not only this year, but for 12 long years. So it'll be Terry against Mays. And that is matching strength against strength here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Willie has flied to left, flied to center, and lined deep to left. Trace made a great play on him in the 7th inning to rob him of an extra base hit. Willie right down on the end of the bat. The pitch. Ball. It's inside. Fastball. 1-0 to Willie Mays. Matty Alou at first base for 2 outs. Boy, everybody has moved forward on the edge of their seat. Here's the pitch. Fastball inside. Almost hit him with this one. A ball 2 and a no strike count. Terry coming in with 2 good fastballs, trying to get Willie on the pitch. Got him in a little bit too close. The Yankees deep, around to the left, and very deep in the outfield. Boyer deep and near the line at third base. The pitch to Willie Mays. He swings and lines it down the right field line. This one is in there. Willie's on his way to second. The runner's going to be held at third base. Willie Mays lined one into the corner in right field. Matty Alou was held up at the last moment. It looked like he was going to make a try for it.
Bobby Richardson took the relay from Roger Maris and rifled a throw into Elston Howard. One hop, he would have had him at the plate. And Whitey Lockman very wisely held him up. So the Giants have runners at second and third with 2 outs. Willie McCovey, the batter, and here's Ralph House coming out to the mound. George Kell and Joe Garagiola at Candlestick Park in San Francisco. And this place is a madhouse right now. The Yankees lead 1-0, the bottom of the ninth. The Giants have runners at second and third with 2 outs, and Willie McCovey is the batter. Willie's had 1 hit. That was a long triple. Here's the pitch. He swings and sends a long ball to right field. Harris is chasing it. It was curving foul. It's going in the seat. Willie McCovey making a bid. Slammed one deep in the right. The ball did not have a distance to get out of the ballpark. Maris going over near the line, but it curved back into the crowd. Oh, it's 1 strike to Willie. And boy, everything is riding on every pitch here in the bottom of the ninth. McCovey fouled to the catcher, fly to left, and tripled into deep center field. Big, tall, left-handed batter, right down on the end of the bat. Ralph Perry gets that. Here's the pitch to Willie. There's a line straight to Richardson. The ball game is over and the World Series is over. Willie McCovey hit it like a bullet. A line drive right straight to Bobby Richardson at second base. Had that ball got out of his reach, the Giants would have been the winners. Now it's the Yankees who have mobbed Ralph Perry in the center of the diamond, and well, they should. What a pitcher Ralph Perry was here today. He pitched a 4-hit shutout, going right down to the bottom of the ninth. A line drive off the bat of Willie McCovey going straight into the glove of Bobby Richardson at second base. So in the bottom of the ninth, it's no run on 2 hits for the Giants. There were no errors, 2 men left. The final score of the ball game, the Yankees win it 1-0. This broadcast is authorized under broadcasting rights granted by the Commissioner of Baseball solely for the entertainment of our listening audience. And any publication, rebroadcast, or other use of the descriptions and accounts of this game without the express consent of the Commissioner is prohibited. Our engineer here today has been Don Hall. Our NBC producer has been Hal Ashby. And now to wind up this 1962 World Series broadcast, let's go down and pick up Joe Garagiola and some of those victorious Yankees. Joe is down in the Yankee clubhouse right now. Joe, take over.
Hey, we're in the Yankee clubhouse here. Ralph Perry, we finally got him. Now you got him? Yeah. Ralph Perry of the New York Yankees here. Right now. Joe, if you don't mind, I'd like to say this to Ralph. 2 years ago, a guy named Bill Mazeroski hit a home run in the last half of the ninth inning to win a World Series. And here now is Ralph Perry, who came back 2 years later to win the 7th game, and the skipper, Ralph House. Ralph, you waited 2 years for that one. I'd like to say 2 things, pal. I think I'm probably the luckiest man in the country today. The guy hit the ball so hard, right at it. I thank God for a second chance.
He really did his job, I'll tell you, Mel, and you really got to give these fellows a lot of credit. It was quite a series.
Whitey?
This is the greatest deal in the world right here.
You were in that bullpen, my friend.
Wonderful, Joe. It's a good place for me. Greatest deal in the world, Joe. Really. Really great.
You going to be resting for a while now?
All right.
Whitey, you were ready to come back, huh?
Well, Ralph asked me if I wanted to throw, if they needed me later, but they had 3 other left-handers down there in Sanford ready.
This wasn't an easy one for you, huh?
No, I wish we could have ended it yesterday, but I'm glad the way it turned out.
May I have Joe Garagiola just a word with a guy who has been in the middle of a lot of these things, sometimes on the winning side, sometimes on the other side. Joe Garagiola, a native of San Francisco, making his home back there now. Joe,
well, I want to tell you, Mel, it was a wonderful World Series, and I thought it wound up just the way I thought it would, just to last out. The Giants are a wonderful ball club, and just for that one line drive made the difference for winning and losing. And I will say this is a typical Yankee team. As far as this particular club, why, as long as the chips are down, it seems like they pick them up.
The 1962 World Series ended with the Yankees winning their 20th World Championship. How about that? And I'll be back with some closing words in just a moment.
Here again is Mel Allen.
Stan, you know, it was a Yankee tradition to come through with a win when the chips were down. And that's kind of what they did back in 1962.
And it was a vindication for Ralph Terry.
Yes, that's because, as you and I have said before, Ralph Terry 2 years before was the GOAT.
And he came back to be the hero. I've always wanted to know from somebody, Mel, and can I ask you, I always wondered why Ralph House didn't have Willie McCovey purposely passed in that ninth inning to pitch to Orlando Cepeda, who wasn't particularly having a good series.
That's a good question, Stan. When you take a batter like Willie McCovey, he's always dangerous. He's a guy that can beat you. But as long as your pitcher is going pretty good and you hope that he keep the ball away from that man's power, you've got a better chance of striking out a McCovey than you have a Cepeda. Cepeda also had power, but he could put the ball in play more frequently than McCovey, and less of a chance of striking out Cepeda. But fundamentally, here was the reason. Alou was on third and Mays was on second. There were 2 outs. Now, if you walk McCovey, now you're leading by only 1 run. That means you've got to get the ball over the plate somewhere to the next hitter, and in the process of trying to perhaps keep the ball a little fine or not making too good a pitch, you might walk that next batter and then force in the tying run, which then would put the Giants in a position to perhaps win it in that ninth inning. So he decided just, according to the Yankee skipper, he just decided to go ahead and take his chances with McCovey.
And to prove that baseball is a game of inches, McCovey almost won it.
I've never seen the ball hit any harder. If he'd have gotten up under that ball, it would have wound up not only over the right field fence, but it would have wound up on some ship sailing by out in the bay, and it might have wound up in the Orient somewhere. But I talked to Bobby Richardson afterwards, and he said, that ball came at me like a bullet, and he said, I was just scared to death it was going to bounce off my glove and hit me in the face and put me in a hospital. But he said, fortunately, it came right at me, and I sort of gave with it. It had been an inch or so either way, pure base hit. And 2 runs would have scored on it.
And the Giants would have won the World Series.
Absolutely. But that's the World Series. That's baseball. And you do take chances in a given situation. Sometimes the percentage will work for you. Sometimes it won't. You know, Bobby Richardson tells me that sometimes he wakes up in the middle of the night with a nightmare. He drops the ball. Please, tired fans, and be with us next week, as NBC Radio keeps baseball on the air with World Series Classics. We really can't say if there's going to be a settlement in the baseball strike. I wish we knew something more about it. I certainly wish they would settle it. But as long as the strike does continue, NBC Radio will continue bringing you World Series Classics. Stan, what's on tap for next week?
Next week, classic World Series from 1964, 65, and 68, Mel. We'll be listening to games featuring the St. Louis Cardinals, the Los Angeles Dodgers, the Minnesota Twins, the Detroit Tigers.
And the New York Yankees, Stan, don't forget that.
I wouldn't do that, Mel.
As a matter of fact, for such a long while, it'd be pretty tough doing any World Series in which the Yankees wouldn't have been at least half of the Fall Classic. I remember, for example, from 1949 through 1964, the Yankees were in the World Series 14 times out of those 16 years. This program is authorized under rights granted by Major League Baseball and is presented by permission of the Office of the Commissioner of Baseball. The recordings used on today's rebroadcast come from the archives of the Museum of Broadcasting and the Library of Congress. Our special thanks to Jerry Gibson and Ron Simon at the Library and Museum, and to Catherine Lim at NBC Records Administration. Our historical advisors are Milt Richmond of UPI, and the gentleman sitting next to me today, Stan Martin of NBC Radio Sports. This presentation of World Series Classics was engineered by Sherry Wagner and Steve Offutt, directed by Wendy Maxwell and Cassandra Pitter, and produced by Guy Ludwig. This is Mel Allen, along with Stan Martin, inviting you to join us next week for more World Series traffic. This has been a presentation of NBC's Radio Sports.